I'm okay. I just smoked another to the face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you here up in the front seat. Get my meals, I'm gunning for the money. Money in the bank. Come with a dank, scrolling that tank, rolling with the gang. You sick and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up and welcome to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy. Join my guy Spin More Rax.
What up, though?
We got KG in the TD booth. Unky Nick on the ones and twos.
Let's go.
First and foremost, I guess I want to, because I know you didn't go out yesterday.
Yeah.
You stayed home.
I did not. I was supposed to go downtown, but my boy Mike, who lives downtown, whose apartment we were going to park at and meet up at, he got sick. So, but on Saturday, I went out. I was at PJ's Logger House. My boy Adam had a show. His band played Animal Box. They killed it. It was a great show. And then we had a Smash Bros tournament at Coonan.
That's dope.
And that was a lot. There was a ton of people. It was my boy Max's birthday.
Shout out.
Happy birthday to Max. But one of the girl that won the tournament, she's a top 5 ranked Zelda player.
Nice.
In the state of Michigan.
Nobody else was going to win that tournament.
No, she was insane, bro. She beat me and the guy I was playing with, because it was like random teams. You guys signed random partners. Yeah. She beat us twice because we lost to her, and then we won the whole losers bracket and played them again and lost to her again.
Damn.
The only people we lost to was.
Did she look like
she was insane, bro.
Nationally ranked Zelda champion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was insane, bro. It was nasty.
What color was her hair?
Black.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
I was thinking blue. I was thinking blue, maybe.
What other? Yeah, I guess that's fair.
No, she was a dog.
Well, she was a bitch because she's the girl.
She was a dog.
What a bitch.
She two-stocked me twice.
She had that bitch in her.
She two-stocked. I was Samus the first time. She two-stocked me, and then I figured out how she played, so I used Greninja the second time I played her, and she two-stocked me again. I was like, bro.
You were at the Pistons game yesterday. How was that? That's dope.
Yo, KG, we're having mic troubles real quick. You make sure the 1 second. Back to the desk.
Oh. All right, well, I'll go to Nick on that one. Or no, I won't, because Nick's going to go fix your mic. Well, I didn't do shit. I watched, I put Bryson on, Luck of the Irish.
It's a great movie.
Dude, it was a great
movie. Give me the ball!
Yeah.
That's what I remember the most.
He didn't really mess with it like that, but he don't really like live action stuff. Like, he likes cartoons, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, that's my boy.
But he used to. That's a weird part. Like, he used to love like Transformers and stuff, but he rocked with that one for a minute. It wasn't his favorite, but when he got done, we had this big bouncing ball in like the living room just to sit on, whatever. Yeah. He just throwing around like, I'm a leprechaun. the movie.
Bro thinks leprechauns are all hoopers now.
Yeah, exactly. You got your mic fixed?
I think so. Can you hear me?
No. Damn, it might be the plug or something like that. We'll mess with it during the commercial break.
Yeah.
I know, damn. Trying to hold them down. Either way, over the weekend, brand new Detroit line, Amik Robertson. Already showing that spirit. Yeah. What did I say when we first got him? Like, you guys, we lost CJ, but like, this is, like, we got all the energy we need.
The same dog.
In Amik. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely got the same dog in Amik. And KG, if you want, or if you're able to, grab the tweet from Amik Robertson.
Yeah, I got it in there.
You got it in there?
Yeah.
Talking that shit.
Yeah, it's awesome. I saw it on Twitter, and somebody said getting Carlton Davis and Amik Robinson in a division with Reed, Wicks, Watson, Dobbs, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Justin Jefferson, and Addison. Yeah, that's enough. And then Amik Robinson quoted it and said, I'll strap all that shit and I'll go run and tell him. I love that shit, bro. I love having a guy who's got that dog energy like that. And that shit got me hyped. I tweeted him back. I was like, talk that shit, Meek. I was like, let these motherfuckers know, Meek. Because that's what you need, man. We talk about it all the time about how corners, you want your corners to be dogs. You want your corners to be, talking shit, be confident, be aggressive. And that's what he is.
Yeah. We say it all the time. Like, one of our favorite attributes in elite corners, or at least like dog ass corners, it's just the dog ass mentality that comes along with it. Now, you saw Carlton Davis in his introductory press conference go out there and tell you, hey, I'm a CB1. My job is to lock down the number one receiver on the other team. And like, don't go to my side of the field. Like, that's my job. That's what I do. When he was asked like what he's going to bring to the Detroit Lions, that's what he had to say. Loved every bit of it. I quote tweeted it on my Twitter, and then here comes this. Specifically going at the division rivals. Not even yet, like strapped up to play a game yet.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, this kid. I like Cam Sutton. I have nothing against Cam Sutton. I know he didn't finish the season how we all wanted him to, as he's brought in here to be like our CB. Well, he ended up having to be our CB1 after Mosley went down. But I'm telling you, Amik's gonna be on his ass.
Yeah.
Like, there's gonna be a camp battle for that CB2 spot. He's a dog, man.
Oh, he is.
And I mean, we put on the tape last week. If you guys missed it, and he's quick as shit. Very, very fast. And then beyond like me just saying it, I also had a conversation with Braylon like outside of like the microphone, and he was like, "Yo, you're right. That kid's quick as shit, and he's a dog. He's got the mentality. He's got like insane vertical. I think you guys all saw it in the game stealing interception against the Green Bay Packers, and then he's just got the fucking. He just listen. I love it. And the way I don't know if I said this Friday or not, but we talked about Keenan Allen and the matchup he had against Carlton Davis, and it kind of being like fairly even. Carlton Davis with an interception though, and only 50% completion allowed. Well, then also, like, that's okay. That's your matchup for Keenan Allen. The one that makes me nervous, DJ Moore, Amik makes me feel better about that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm going to lock him down because DJ Moore's an absolute dog, but I feel a lot more comfortable having Amik on my team.
Having a guy like that,
in that situation.
to play, the speedy, fast receivers like the Jaden Reeds, the DJ Moores, guys out there that have, kind of whooped the Lions the past couple of years. Guys like CeeDee Lamb, guys that are the fast possession receivers rather than the big body deep threats. You have a guy now that can line up against those guys in Amik Robertson. So I love it, man. I love it. I hope he gets all the playing time that he deserves. And we're going to have some dogs in that secondary now. It's not just Amik Robertson. Like, Carlton Davis is a dog, too. We had some guys back there. Obviously, the safety room was full of dogs, but the cornerbacks were a little soft-spoken last year. Jerry, I love Jerry, but he doesn't really talk that shit like that. We all know Cam Sutton is a very, very soft-spoken, mild-mannered guy. Now you got a couple dogs out there in Amik Robertson and Carlton Davis that are going to talk shit, and they're going to bring it. And they do things specifically that the Lions didn't have last year. Like, Carlton Davis is that big body, long-armed, rangy dude to put on bigger wide receivers. Amik Robertson, shorter, quicker. He's a dog. He's fast. He's physical that you could put on guys like you said, like DJ Moore and Jaden Reed and different guys in this division. So I'm excited to see him go out there and battle in camp, too. Camp's going to be fun again this year.
This freaking chair, man.
And DJ Reader versus Frank Ragnow camp battles. Like three-toe Frank up against that behemoth DJ Reader in the middle.
Gotta be honest with you, too. I don't want no one to get hurt.
No.
Because some boys get hurt. Let Frank chill this camp. He's only 27. Did you know that? I didn't know. I knew Frank. Like, I know he had the injury history, and he's talking about retiring. So I know he's like 30. He's only 27 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's just been banged up through injuries.
MPWMU says talk is cheap. Yeah, talk is cheap, but tape isn't. Like, go watch the tape. This man backs up the talk too. That's what he does. So I'm excited to see it. He's just slowly shrinking.
Whatever. I'm here for now.
And we do got to shout out two things. I know nobody cares about college basketball, but Michigan State kept the streak alive 26 consecutive years in the NCAA tournament. They got a 9 seed. They're going to be playing Mississippi State in the first round. A winnable game, a very winnable game for them. So they should advance to possibly take on North Carolina in the second round. That one's a little tougher. Bacon's probably going to have a day if they do end up playing each other. But, first things first, you got to beat Mississippi State. But that's a game you should win. And then Oakland. Obviously, Oakland got in. They drew Kentucky in the first round, which is
rough.
That is a rough matchup. Rough matchup. And Spenny's lock of the tournament, which you're going to get plus odds on, James Madison over Wisconsin.
Why is this?
That because James Madison's got like 33-4 on the season. Wisconsin's the most overrated 5 seed in the history of college basketball. Like, James Madison's going to dog walk Wisconsin. It's not even going to be close.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. It's like we had the discussion last week. I think Big Ten is better historically or not historically, but as of recently still than the SEC. I think Madison got that little badge of honor just from being in the tournament so many times. They got bumped to a 5 seed because like that is kind of silly.
How far can MSU go? Says just a fan. Depends, man. It depends what we see. We've seen them play as they look like a fantastic team, and then when they go out there and they play like they can't beat anybody. So we'll see, but. They have great guard play, and that is big in the NCAA tournament. So if they can get that, and their side of the bracket's not too full of like powerhouses.
Are you being real? Or you talking yourself into?
No, I'm being real. They should. I don't expect them to make this deep run in the tournament, but anything is possible when you get to NCAA tournament. And guard play is extremely important. You got 3 great guards on this team. 4 actually. Trey Holloman's been balling, but I don't see them getting past UNC if they beat Mississippi State.
No, early luck on this game. The State is minus 125 in the books right now.
Yeah.
So they got them at minus 1.5 point favorites. So that's the look.
Oh, I thought he was just visiting. You're right, but he's signed, fully guaranteed 1-year deal. Chase Young to the Saints.
To the Saints, yeah.
$13 million.
$13 million.
Yeah, Brad Holmes. First and foremost, probably just not a Dan Campbell guy, but Brad Holmes definitely was not paying no 13. I don't know actually.
Yeah.
Davenport got up to 10, but it's up to. It's not like a guaranteed 10.
Michigan, obviously Michigan didn't make the tournament. They didn't make the NIT either, but it's Juwan Howard got fired.
Yeah.
Doug McDaniel's transferring, and they lost a 4-star power forward recruit. So they're gonna. I think if I'm Michigan, I'm going after James Madison's head coach. I was talking to Booner about it this weekend, and that
makes sense.
That's who he wants. Nate Oates. I don't think you're going to get Nate Oates, but James Madison's head coach is a very gettable target, and he's one of the best coaches in the country right now. So
I thought they were going to get Nate Oates until you told me the Caleb Love. I forgot about the Caleb Love stuff.
Yeah,
so he's not coming. No. They're going to play dirty in the SEC. And I'm not even taking shots. Just Michigan's not going to do that. At least not until they prove they're worthy of it. I mean, I don't know. It took Jim 6-7 years. Started doing some little violations there.
So it's gonna take a while,
and
man.
It worked out, and they won a championship the year they started doing it.
Basketball, pack your lunch, because it's gonna be a while.
The Red Wings did lose, obviously against.
They snapped the
streak.
I think it got up to
just to lose again.
Got a dub, but then lost to the Penguins, and it looked terrible in that game. Like
what?
It was just embarrassing. They had us doubled in shots the whole game. The offense was terrible. The entire defense is dog shit except for Mo Sider and Jake Wallman. Like everybody else on that defense can leave.
Yeah.
The goaltending is not what it was. Like Alex Lyon, he's tired. He had his Linsanity run, and now he's back to what he normally is.
Yeah.
It's a great way to put it.
Plateaued.
It's tough, man.
But didn't they miss a few games without Larkin early in the year?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we struggled without him the first time.
When he got knocked out on the ice.
I thought they did straight, and they do
I'm pretty sure they struggled.
Yeah.
Oh, that was just below 500 or whatever. I mean, this is night and day, but also it's like everyone's fighting for the playoffs at this
Larkin
point.
was back on the ice Friday, says Alan. Yeah, he was back at practice, so hopefully he'll be back in the game pretty soon because, goddamn, they need him.
Yeah, that was a rough patch, a real rough patch. And it sucks because it came with so much hype after that, after D-Mac's Heritage Night. I think that's kind of when it all started. They beat the Colorado Avalanche, and that was a big game. And they beat a couple of other good teams too. And then they had the Chicago. I mean, is that how hockey can hockey? No, 7-game losing streak actually is just not normal. That should not be happening.
No, not for a team that's contending for the playoffs. No. Even if you're out your best player. But I'm at the point where hop on the phone, call Edvinson up. Honestly, please get a defenseman on this team. You know they need a spark. Man. They need something.
You need a competent defenseman like Sherratt. Again, he had a Linsanity run too, where he was playing he had 5 games of playing great hockey, but now he's back to what he has been the past couple of years. Oli Mata is terrible. Petrie is terrible. You know, Gostisbehere is only offensive. He's a liability defensively.
Well, who'd they call up last week too?
Sharnik. He's a center.
What did D-Mac say about that?
That was the right move.
Over Casper?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Sharnik has played in the NHL before and he's more ready.
I don't get it. But we'll go to break. When we come back, we'll get KG's Pistons story as well as everyone's reactions to Cade Cunningham kind of just choking. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Is that choke or just like a bonehead move? I mean,
it was a young player mistake. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you guys about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you experience a squeaky clean gym, a full-body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $10 a month, no commitment. And no matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by, more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Feel alive during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest New Year's sales event ever. Get the best prices on our huge selection of award-winning Chevrolets. Like this 2024 Equinox for $188 per month. Or for this 2024 Silverado for $268 per month. It's the New Year sales event going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at WoodwardSports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Come on, man. I know y'all tired of the same old Detroit sports merch. It's a new era in sports wearables, new designs, amazing apparels, and the ultimate swag. Check out Woodward Sports' latest gear at woodwardsports.com and click shop. Hoodies, hats, tees, and everything else that's guaranteed to keep you, I don't know, that's a crazy word right there, but get the latest designs today at woodwardsports.com/shop.
What up and welcome to World Heavyweights Live on Sports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined my guy Spimo Rax. We got KG in the TD booth, Unky Nick on the 1s and 2s. Smash that like button if you haven't already. It means the world to us. And if you listen to us on a podcast platform, 5-star review, and be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. Cade Cunningham. He had an opportunity to win the game last night. Well, I guess, yeah, kind of still last night for the Detroit Pistons. And rather than doing that, with 9 seconds left, he decided to take the game winner. Lost that, and then bam.
Walk down 3.
Shot his third 3-point shot of the season.
Yeah.
For a game winner. How stupid luck, how stupid, I love you, Cade, but decision.
That was a terrible decision by Cade. It was one of the worst decisions I've probably seen him make in his career.
Yeah.
You cannot do that. You hold that ball for the last shot. I don't care about the shot selection.
Yeah.
I care about doing it with 8 seconds left. Like, if you miss that shot, but there's 2 seconds left on the clock, I can live with that. You miss that shot and there's 8 seconds left and they can walk down the court and get an open shot, an open look. You can't allow that to happen. You can't do that. It was a terrible decision. Like you said, KG, he's a young player. He made a mistake. I'm sure he's going to learn from it, but man, you can't do that. You can't pull it with 8 seconds left there.
That's where I'm at with it too. Because I am a Cade stan. I say it every time, but like we wouldn't be in the game without him. Like, he had a couple of defensive stops. He had the big block. Obviously, he had the point, the basket that tied up there. But yeah, that one just hurts, and I'm with you too. Like, I don't mind the shot at all. It's just like the timing of taking it is what hurt the most. I was actually kind of impressed they fought their way back into that game, because at a certain point it looked like it was gonna be a blowout, embarrassingly in front of the 0-4 team. Which shout out to Chauncey, current head coach of the Blazers, making it to Detroit just for that celebration. I mean, that's a real
Darvin Ham
move.
too. He was there.
Oh, was he there? Darvin Ham was there too.
Yep.
That's crazy. That caught me by surprise. I did not expect like those guys to take breaks from their organizations, what they got going on, to attend, a personal, would you call that a personal day for themselves? I mean, it's kind of honoring them.
Yeah, but it's an NBA thing too. So yeah, I don't know.
You were there though.
I was.
What was like the crowd reaction? What was everyone saying after the game? Because that's a closely contested game.
Yeah, the crowd was electric in the building, man, all the way up to the finish. Like I said, we had a great time, man. We got to shoot some content. Shout out to Tailgate over there. He had a good time, but we'll just leave it at that. But we got to get in the tunnel. We saw all of the 04 Pistons. Ben, Lindsey, Eldon, Darvin Ham, all of them. They
you were in the hall with them?
Yeah. We was down in the media room. We got to get in the press conference with Monty and who was Evan Fournier. So man, it was dope.
I gotta ask this one question because I've never met him in person.
Yeah.
Ben, the kids say aura. Could you?
It's funny because he was walking at the back like everybody else had came through. They was talking to people. Ben back there by himself, just rocking. He had a lady next to him, but you could just tell like he just on different type of time, man. Like Ben is really an aura around that guy. Like no joke, bro.
Yeah, man. That's one guy I definitely want to meet before.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say anything bad, but I guess that's a guy I just want to meet.
Ben Wallace?
Yeah, big Ben Wallace fan.
He's the GOAT, man.
He's definitely the GOAT.
He's the GOAT, like defensive player in the NBA. And
First and only undrafted guy to make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Only player in the NBA to have more blocks than fouls. Like, the guy is a monster, bro.
All while playing the center position at 6'9".
Yeah.
Back when you could, like, bully people. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the Shaq era. Like, that's insane.
When he was walking around,
Absolute
he
legend.
was like, 260, like 5% body fat, just like a complete brick shit house, dude.
Absolutely.
Ben Wallace is the man. I love Ben Wallace. Flannel hates him, but
Shout out Flannel.
Sheed was not there. Rich Baldwin. Sheed had some things to say that he has not been back to a Pistons game since Rip Hamilton's jersey retirement night.
Why?
Because he thinks the organization's being run the wrong way. And it's being run into the ground. He made a whole post about it.
That's true. He was part of the organization. So
he said this organization is being run the wrong way. Ownership in the front office is failing them, and the Pistons deserve better. That's Rasheed Wallace has not been back to a Pistons event or to the to LCA now since Rip Hamilton's jersey retired.
Wow. I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, thank God.
Every time we have a Pistons segment, that kind of like finds its way into the conversation because it's you could be blinded and see that's what's going on here.
Yeah.
Like it's Tom Gores. Like I respect the fact he's willing to put up the money because sometimes that does fix things in basketball when you're able to sign
but he
these
waits
free agents.
too late to do that, though.
Yes, and he also just tries to make the basketball decisions. Like, bro, understand your team. But you hired Troy for a reason. Like, let him do his job. Like, you hired a completely different coach after he found his guy around the talent he built. And look what's resulted in. You went and you sacrificed so much to grab and people. It's kind of polarizing the Blake Griffin thing. I'm not a big fan of the whole transaction. I just wasn't. I feel like you had a playoff team and you did no better than what you had before him in terms of like winning games and like winning. Like you didn't win a playoff season either way. So I'm on the side of like that's a fucking bad trade. That's just where I'm at with it.
The pick was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as well.
Yeah, Miles Bridges ended up being one of those too. Like it was just like. He just needs to stop trying to make the basketball decisions. Let the basketball minds do what they got to do. And if I'm telling him as part of that too, he's got to stop as well. It's gross. I know that I probably should be speaking out against it because we're giving credentials, and obviously they're very favorable with what type of media they give information to, with James Edwards being the only one to get that exclusive Christmas Eve interview with Tom Gores before midnight. Like, that was crazy.
That shit's embarrassing, bro.
I mean, again, you could be blind to see what's going on. Nick, you're a season ticket holder. You had to get drunk to witness that game. I heard you was all over there.
Yeah, I was partying in Clawson early with a bunch of friends, and then I Ubered back downtown to see the Pistons lose by 3 at home to the Miami Heat. I didn't even know that all these former players were going to be there, so that was sick. Like, that was a sick surprise to see that. And it was like it was a good game to go to. I mean, Cade sold, though. There's no doubt about it. He sold this game.
Screwed my parlay. It's pretty good.
Extremely screwed my pockets, my checkbook or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, it's just disappointing. It's just another bad loss by this team, honestly. Yeah, 12-55.
It's a really bad loss, and it just continues to pile on to one of the shittiest seasons of professional sport that the city of Detroit has ever seen. Yeah, and it's embarrassing that I got worked up about this a couple months ago. Anytime we talk about it, I'm done. I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't care if the owner doesn't care, if the front office doesn't care. I don't care. You guys have shown that you don't give a shit about the product you're giving to the fans. You've shown that you don't give a shit about winning. All Tom Gores cares about is collecting a check. All he cares about is making his money, and it's embarrassing. Like, the Pistons are historically one of the greatest franchises in the history of the NBA, and they're a laughingstock of the league. They've been a laughingstock of the league for the past 5 years, and they're not getting any better. They're getting worse. This is embarrassing, man. Like, have some pride in the product that you put out there. And do something about it. I said you should clear the front office like 3 months ago. Yeah, and it's only gotten worse. So
I mean,
And they won back-to-back games, and they did a 2004, remember when we were actually a competent franchise night, and it's like, dude, fuck.
No one's forgiven him for anything that's going on right now, too. And I used to be like I'll say it. I was a Troy Weaver defender just because I felt like a lot of it was Tom Gores and the Tellums. But, like, after the return for Marvin Bagley ended up being absolutely nothing, like players that were bought out, and he also gave up, I think he gave up second round to get some of those done, too. Like, I can't even defend Troy anymore. I really can't. And that's kind of my hot take that I had last week that I teased on Twitter that I didn't get to last week was, yeah, they're winning games right now, but you also got to remember there's only a month left of the NBA season. The NBA season ends officially, regular season, April 14th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Don't buy into like I see a lot of people like last week were posting about the James Wiseman stuff. Oh, look at Taj Gibson. Oh, look at he changed the trajectory of James Wiseman. No, guys, it is a month left of basketball. The guys that are in the playoffs are comfortably in the playoffs. I mean, the guys maybe want to fight for a seeding. Maybe there's some of that going on. Outside of that, guys are just chilling, relaxing. Like, don't have any strong takeaways from the back half of this season. You can't. I will, again, because I'm a stan, I'll still, like, plant the flag for Cade and his little turnaround since the All-Star break, but that's since the All-Star break. But with the wins coming now, don't take anything from that. With James Wiseman doing stuff now, I'm just warning you guys, don't take anything from that because you're just going to be heartbroken at the end of it. It's just, as much as they've seen them turn it around, you guys remember what the situation is. The back half of the season, guys don't give a fuck right now. I mean, am I wrong there?
No, you're not wrong.
Not necessarily.
Debbie Downer?
I mean, I think you're pretty spot on. Like, we know who this team is. We know who James Wiseman is. We know what these players are. Like, and you have faith because we all like the core that they have. We like Cade Cunningham. Mm-hmm. We like Jaden Ivey. Some of us more than others. We like Jalen Duren. We like Asar Thompson and what they can be as a team. But it's tough to watch, man, and I still watch them because they're my favorite basketball team. Basketball's my second favorite sport. Like, I love to watch them, but god damn, man, it's tough. It's tough. It's gut wrenching every time, and it's embarrassing the product they're putting out there, man. This is a city that would gratefully embrace a Pistons team if they gave them anything. You don't even got like.
Fans still coming
out.
Look
at what the Red Wings. The Red Wings weren't cup contenders, but look at the fucking week they had. Look at the streak they had of just sniffing the playoffs. We're not asking the Pistons to be a championship contender overnight. We're asking them to be a somewhat functionable organization. If you make a push for the playoffs, LCA is going to be sold out. If you're within the play-in, LCA is going to be sold out for these games. Mm-hmm. You don't got to be the Warriors. You don't got to be these dynasties. You got to have a pulse. You got to be respectable. That's all we're asking for. I don't think that's too much.
Yeah. I'm with you. Dav Tourette's, Blake Griffin was a great trade. No, terrible trade. Awful
terrible trade.
Your team got zero better.
Blake
zero
Griffin
better.
it wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
You know how many playoff wins you had before Blake Griffin trade?
Zero, yeah.
You know how many you had after?
Zero.
Yeah, but look at the roster, though. I mean,
call that a great trade. It
wasn't a great trade.
Ridiculous. But that's why you don't make that trade. You're not in a position for it.
Blake Griffin was amazing for the Pistons, but
he was.
He was never the type of guy to carry a team like that to begin with.
I mean, he did though for the Pistons.
No,
for what he could.
I think he averaged like 23 and a half.
I mean, he scored points.
He had by far.
When I say carry, I'm talking about winning games.
Yeah, he had his best statistical season.
He had by far his best season in NBA.
That's fine. His season or talking about that his season.
His season. Him as a player. That is the best we've ever seen Blake Griffin play basketball.
Oh, absolutely. You want to know why? Yeah. There's nothing around him.
Yeah.
It's the same situation when people thought like Moose was good for a little bit. Yeah, because there's nobody on the fucking team.
Yeah.
Like don't overhype Blake's season because there was nobody else on the team.
Also, like, efficiency-wise, shooting percentage-wise, like, it wasn't just he was going, shooting 50 times and making 10 of them and scoring 25 points. Like, he was extremely efficient and extremely good shooting the ball. But
terrible
again,
trade. Awful
it's not.
trade.
It wasn't a good trade.
Awful trade.
It wasn't a good trade.
He was just out dueling Joel Embiid, throwing out 50 burgers against Philly.
50-point
triple-double. I was at that game. It was
Game
sick.
winner,
That was sick.
Yeah, I mean, it happens when you only
Blake gave us everything, but he didn't. He didn't have
those was the
anything
glory days, now, man.
Yeah.
No, fuck no.
I mean, compared to what
I would
now.
infinitely rather watch that Blake Griffin season than what we watched this year.
Absolutely.
I like Cade though. So.
I do too, but I hate being the worst team in the NBA for the fifth year in a row.
No, that's fair. Losing does suck. It's pretty awful. Let's go to break. When we get back, let's talk some football. How about that?
Yes, sir.
Let's change the tune a little bit.
Let me tell you about Lady Jane's. Walk into any Lady Jane's haircuts for men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it all off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge with more than 20 Metro Detroit locations. There's a Lady Jane's near you. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Big Boy Seafood Fest is sailing in with a fresh catch of favorites. Dive into fish and chips, our new palm-crusted cod, perfectly fried clam shrimp platter, or a delicious fish sandwich. Try our new mango iced tea, the ultimate complement to our popcorn shrimp, our all-new fried pickles, shrimp alfredo, or shrimp stir-fry. Experience all the sea has to offer every Friday night with our all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Every day is a fish fry, only at Big Boy.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. Catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
83. I have been smoking weed. Ask about it. What up, though, everybody? And welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights, live on woodwardsports.com. Make sure you smash that like button for Easy, for Nick, for KG. I'm Spencer. We just got done talking about Cade Cunningham, but we're about to get into some football.
Real quick, just one more thing to note for the Pistons, and I promise I'll bet it. But Bob's Big Boy makes a great point. Imagine trying out of the first round through 2018 and 2019 in some of the best draft classes since 2003.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. I'm not saying it was a good trade. But
no, I know. I'm reiterating for people.
It wasn't Blake's fault.
They're like,
Blake did
what you gonna do?
Blake gave us everything.
Loving it up. Absolutely fucking horrendous trade. All right. Speaking of horrendous trades, the Chicago Bears. Trade starting quarterback. Let me say what the starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Justin Fields to the Pittsburgh Steelers for a 6th round pick.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It can become a 4th if he plays 51% of the snaps, which he's already been named a backup to Russell Wilson. I mean, if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, you're not gonna allow that to happen to begin with, unless obviously injury happens.
Justin Fields is the future for the Steelers, I would say.
Yeah. 6th round pick.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Damn. Let Poles cook, they said. They trying to tell me Ryan Poles a dog out here. He's wheeling and dealing. Let him cook. Was he making fucking hot dogs? Come on. I started getting to a little bit Friday.
Yeah.
Before the trade went down. Is Ryan Poles, are we overlooking like some of the moves he made? Are we just being haters because we're like division rivals? I don't think he has done anything fantastic. I think he's been blessed by the Carolina Panthers being absolute fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Like some of the worst roster management in my last year they were offered 2 first-round picks for Brian Burns.
Yeah.
When they're getting a 2nd and a 5th. Actually, it might have been worse than that. I don't even remember. That's just the top of my head. They're making him look way better than he is right now.
Yeah.
Give me a single draft pick that he's had that's like otherworldly, because you can't.
That's true. He's solid in free agency. I would say that.
But he's got bread.
He's got money to throw
exactly.
And my guy, DNC ENT on Twitter was like, well, he cleared the cap. No, he didn't. Name a big contract that was on the books when he took over the team.
Khalil Mack?
No, that was before.
It was before.
Khalil Mack was on the Raiders by then.
I'll be fearful somewhat or respectful of what the prospect that Caleb Williams is and who he may be.
Probably like, I don't even know. gonna say Alshon Jeffrey, but he wasn't even there yet. He was in the Eagles.
No, he was gone too.
Yeah.
No, they had no big
They
contracts.
really didn't have anybody.
I
At
looked up-
Forte. No.
The
Right,
biggest
Allen
one they
Robinson.
had, I looked it up. I think it was 12 million. I could be wrong on that. If somebody wants to look it up, stat check me or fact check me. And it was Robert Quinn, which he did move for like a third or for fifth or something like that to I think it was the Eagles last year.
Eagles,
Yeah. That's about the biggest contract he had. He hasn't done dick.
Yeah, he really has it. He's had some money to throw around, and he's made some good signings for sure. I mean, he's made some good free agent signings, but when you have
We
the
can
money,
outbid everybody. Yeah.
when you have the money to go out there and get the guys, it's definitely, not like you're not working in a phone booth with that kind of money to spend. His drafts haven't been overwhelmingly great, and the best thing he did was take advantage of the worst owner in the NFL in Mark Tepper. So
Yeah.
I
can't give him credit for being a good GM. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna say he's a bad GM though, because he's still got to make the moves.
I'm not. Listen, I won't.
He's
won't
not
say
like
that, I guess.
he's not Brad Holmes. He ain't Brad Holmes.
He's
I'll say
definitely
that. Definitely not Brad Holmes.
The only thing I would severely knock him for is
You're looking one.
You ever seen Tommy Boy? Sorry, there's a kid putting his face against the window. I was gonna mollywop. You want one?
No, the only thing I would knock him for is Matt Eberflus. Like that's
Yes.
the only thing I think is egregious that he's done is
I'm
hiring.
with you on that too.
Yeah.
So
Because like, how do you like? You're ushering in a premier quarterback talent, and then your head coach is a defensive coordinator who's yet to provide you a winning season yet. How do you? Again, all due respect to Matt Eberflus, I know that's Lucas's boy, Toledo born and bred, but like,
Fuck.
what has he done?
Eberflus is a joke.
Yeah. Like, by the way, I'm a Lions fan. I'm cool with it. Like, keep your
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Give him a 10-year deal. He hasn't scared me too often yet. But I don't know, man. It's weird. I did see one thing that kind of made it make sense, and it was like they wanted to give Justin Fields the due respect to give him to like a respectful organization. There was like, but I feel like that's just
They
saving
failed
face.
Justin Fields.
Yeah, I know.
They didn't give him dog shit. And then the 1 year they gave him a good receiver, what did that receiver balled?
yeah,
Like the 1 year they were like, Justin Fields, here's a receiver with a pulse. DJ Moore went out there and was insane. Had a fantastic year.
Yeah.
And I like Justin Fields. I will say that. I think Justin Fields would
Yeah.
be a good quarterback. They didn't do shit for
yeah.
him.
But you know what it is? He's not their guy.
Yeah.
So that's what happens.
I think he was pressured
That's
on
a
like
good point.
49% of his dropbacks last year or something like that. I saw that stat somewhere, which is just absolutely egregious. If you have a quarterback that you use to pick on, why are you not insulating him? But Caleb, good luck. We know that quarterbacks that go to the Bears normally don't work out too well. It is a
Right.
tale as old as time. Like,
Tale as old as time.
Yeah.
song as old as rhyme. But no, it's like,
Chicago really
yeah,
stinks.
Chicago hates quarterbacks. Like they don't have a 4,000 yard passing quarterback in the history of the franchise.
It's crazy.
That is embarrassing.
That's
dude.
crazy.
Like Jay Cutler wasn't God or anything, but Jay Cutler was pretty good.
I couldn't
Like,
stand Jay
He was.
Cutler.
Jay
I
Cutler
fuck
was
with
the
Jay
Ryan
Cutler,
Poles of
bro.
quarterbacks.
I
It's like,
fuck
yeah,
with-
what are you?
like-
I don't
I
know.
fuck with Jay
Oh my
Cutler
God.
because of like.
Smoking six.
Yeah, who he is.
Yes.
Like Jay Cutler, Blake Bortles, those are my guys, bro.
Oh,
I
my
fuck
God.
with them, but Smoking Jay, dude, like he wasn't great, but he was.
No.
There's
stop.
no way he shouldn't have had a 4,000 yard passing season.
That is fair. He had Brandon Marshall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He had Brandon Marshall.
like
got
Kyle
one, too.
Orton before Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Again, I'm not complaining at all. I'm just shocked by it, really. I mean, a 6th round pick for Justin. It's just
Yeah,
crazy to me.
Yeah, I thought
We
it
saw
was.
Sam Howell go for more.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett went for more.
That's true.
That's crazy.
That is insanity to me. That's just crazy. Because, like, we've been on, and I'll be honest with you guys, and this is as a Lions fan who hates the Bears more than anything, we've been on the receiving end of some ass whoopings from Justin Fields.
Yeah, and Mitch
Like,
Trubisky.
a few of them we got lucky to come out on the other side. We got that pick 6 by Jeff Okudah, shout out, and we ended up winning that one. Obviously, to come back this past year at Ford Field. But remember his very first start was against us when Jared Goff had the dick fumble. He
I
put it
remember
on
that.
us then too. Pause. But like, that's just crazy to me.
To be honest, we should have lost both games this season. I mean, we did lose in Chicago, but
Yeah.
we should have lost at home. It took a miraculous comeback to beat the Bears the first time this season. I mean, if I'm the Bears, I don't even know if I would sell him for the 6th rounder. Honestly, you're drafting a guy like Caleb Williams. You don't really have an offensive line. Like, why just give up on him for the 6th rounder?
Some of the criticism I heard too was I think it was from Ben Slowick I think he's with the Ringer. I'm not, I could be mistaken, but he was like, you wait to make that trade till draft night. Like you
That's
force
what I
somebody's
would've
hand
done.
in like urgency.
Yeah.
I will say that the market for a quarterback definitely shrunk.
It did.
But still, not getting as much as they got for Sam Howell or Kenny Pickett. Kenny Baby Hands, Two Gloves Pickett.
Yeah, man.
That is egregious, bro. That like Justin Fields is infinitely better of a player and quarterback than Kenny Pickett. You should get what did Kenny Pickett go for? Like a fourth or a
I'll
fifth?
look it up. Yeah.
Because if he went for a fourth, you got to at least get a second.
He's not even gonna start either.
Like, no, he's not.
It's crazy.
I'm looking up the Kenny Pickett trade.
And Kenny Pickett forced his way out. It's not like teams were calling asking for Kenny Pickett. Like he was like, I don't want to be here anymore. They're like, oh shit, all right.
Well, that's why I'm kind of confused too. Like if you're a team like the Eagles, what did you want? Justin Fields as your backup rather than Kenny, because he kind of fits like what you're doing at the quarterback position, right? Like
I guess
that kind of blew my mind. But again, maybe there's truth to like Poles trying to put him in a situation where he could excel or like give him without putting him in the NFC too, because that would kind of suck, right? If Justin Fields goes to the Eagles and just he's fucking you up every year at that point if you're ever making it to the playoffs. And I guess the one question I have before we go to break real quick, and unless you guys had something else to say, is like, do you think Caleb Williams like turns that quarterback history around?
He's definitely going to be, if he doesn't, barring like a catastrophic injury, he'll throw for 4,000 yards in a Bears uniform. I would put money on that.
he can be that guy, but they have to get an O-line for him. Until they get an O-line, I can't even take the Bears serious. Just
that
being
is
real.
true. That's a good point. And like I see what they're doing. If they draft
Kenny Pickett with a fourth-round pick.
Draft Caleb Williams. Yeah, if Kenny Pickett goes for a fourth round, you got to get a second for Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they went higher. Yeah, so the Steelers packaged Pickett with pick 120 in the upcoming draft in exchange for pick number 98 and 2 seventh-round selections.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That just shows like the Steelers, a goated organization. The Bears, they were like back when black people couldn't play in the NFL. They were a good organization, but they're not anymore, and they're run kind of poorly compared. The Steelers are always fucking, always good, always making good deals.
I feel like that's almost why they're kind of behind now. Is they've been like so good, they never get really good draft picks. They never want to spend like money on like guys. Just kind of do like the old school way. If they were like to, I guess, force the issue,
I think they'll be.
They're like loyal to a fault to Big Ben for a minute too.
Yeah,
because for a while there, he was like a giant corpse on the field.
Yeah, he was.
Like he was not.
He should have retired 7 years sooner.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like they kind of like set them back for a while, and they thought Mason Rudolph was something for a minute.
The video of Big Ben at camp when he's like, they're doing the quarterback drills and you're supposed to be like dodging the pads and he's just smacking them down. That shit is so funny, bro. It gets me every time.
The man has 2 Super Bowl rings too. It's like, what are you gonna say?
Yeah.
You know. But I guess shout out to Steelers and fuck the Bears
all day.
Let me tell you guys some good news and some bad news. Because the bad news, insurance rates are going up across the state of Michigan. The good news is Swiss Insurance is here to help. Right now, more than ever, it's critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss will make sure your carrier does not slip in any extra fees or raise deductibles. Call Mark at Swiss today or visit SwissINS.com and tell him the Woodward Heavyweights sent you.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports. Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for 2 things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest.
What's better than crispy chicken and watching your favorite team play? Let me tell you about Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza. Their food is amazing, and their locations are popping up all over Detroit. There's one in Warren. It's like 1.5 miles away from my house. Great stuff. A perfect takeout option featuring hand-breaded fried chicken, New York pizza, fresh salads, sides, and more. Check out their full menu and find the closest Soroki's near you at Sorokis.com. That's SAROKIS.com. Soroki's and Woodward Sports. Now that's crispy.
What up,
Episode
welcome.
of Shogun this week should be fire.
Yeah, let's go. There's
There's
a
only like 2 more
war
episodes left, too, I'm pretty sure.
No.
And there's no second season.
I thought there was 10.
Yeah. Oh, it's 10?
I thought it was 10.
I don't know. I could be wrong. I saw there's no second season. The writers, the guys who it's an original story that they took
It's like
to
a
make
limited
the show.
series?
Well, they were just like, I don't want the story is like great by itself. It isn't like going to force extra shit out of it. Yeah.
Oh, I might could just wait and binge it then.
Yeah. Good call on your part. I could be wrong if somebody wants to look it up and I guess fact check me on that one too. Time to get into some Detroit Lions topics a little bit here. And this one got me fired up over the weekend. I was going to let it marinate a bit till Monday, but I really couldn't because it was such an outlandish, outrageous take in my opinion. Did we have the video from that one, Spinny?
Which one?
Greeny?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
You mind playing
I
that,
actually
Casey?
haven't heard this. I've obviously heard about it.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard actually what he said.
Check it out.
Oh, wait. You got.
I think they missed their window.
Hold on, I
got
put it
it
in
in
3 box. My bad.
One, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, this one you might be fine because it's not like.
No, it's on ESPN.
All right, we
Well,
got
it's
it.
like games and shit. Like,
I think their shot to win the championship was last year.
Explain yourself.
I think they're getting surpassed in their own division. I think Green Bay is now better than them. I think Green Bay was a coming, and I think Detroit had it. Like look at all throughout history. Look how many teams lose games in the playoffs, deep in the playoffs, and we think, oh man, well that was just the beginning. You know they'll be back. How many times is that team not back? The Lions had the 49ers dead to rights in their own building in the NFC Championship game. How about when Buffalo lost that game 13 seconds against Kansas City? Well, that was a heartbreaking loss, but you know they'll be back. They'll clearly take that one more step. How's that worked out? Cincinnati in that Super Bowl against the Rams. Oh, look how close they've come. Look how good and young their quarterback is. Oh, they'll certainly be back. How's that worked out? I'm old enough to remember Dan Marino getting to the Super Bowl against Joe Montana, his second year in the NFL. Set the world on fire. Oh, Marino. They're the first of what will unquestionably be 5 Super Bowl appearances. Never got back. I think they missed their window.
Let me get this part off real quick. Because he would have a point if you paid if the Detroit Lions were solely centered around Jared Goff.
Yeah.
But that's not the case at all. And I get it, and I said this in the video I put on Twitter over the weekend. It's like, okay, it's hard enough to pay attention to every detail of one franchise. Green, I get on a national stage, he has to cover 32. So I went with let me educate you rather than berate you because maybe you just don't know. But Brad Holmes is coming off of back-to-back grade A draft classes. Mm-hmm. Grade A. Every single one. The very first one, we were sitting here talking about, man, that might have been the best draft class in Detroit Lions history. Yep. Second one, damn, that might have been the best draft class in Detroit. Third one, damn, that might have been the best draft class. 3 back-to-back grade A draft classes. Mm-hmm. All right. The scenarios he's making up, or not making up, he's giving the actual ones, like Dan Marino, okay, whatever, Joe Burrow. Those are situations centered around a quarterback. Yep. And everyone's kind of enamored with the quarterback position, solely quarterback and maybe a star receiver here and there.
Right.
This ain't that. Brad Holmes is replenishing this team with talent every single year through the draft on rookie contracts. And the other thing, too, because you do cover it nationally, and I know it was a national story because he's the most highly coveted offensive mind when it comes to fulfilling your head coaching position if there was a vacancy available. Ben Johnson is also returning, who was a huge part of the success of this team. You could have that argument if and when Ben Johnson maybe departures from the team, but until then, you sound stupid. Yeah. You sound uneducated, and I'm just going to assume that you just are because this team isn't built off of just Jared Goff. It's Brad Holmes grabbing these guys in the draft through all phases of the draft, having them here, buying into the culture. It's much more than Dan Marino or Josh Allen or Joe Burrow. It's
bigger than one person.
It's bigger than one person. Yeah. And this guy is at the helm of it. He's in charge. He's the one. It's not a coach that can get fired after a bad season or a assistant. It's a bad take. It's just an uneducated take.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is okay. And I'm sorry, I know you want to go too because you're pissed off as well. But if we're the ones that were good for 1 year, why isn't Green Bay in the same light? Like, how come they're not just good for 1 year? By the way, we're not just good for 1 year too. Like, this was a steady trajectory. If you paid attention to the Detroit Lions the past 2 years, like since starting out 0-6 or 1-6, whatever it was, like I think Dan Campbell the boys like 22-8.
Yeah,
is the record. Like it's a bad, uneducated, awful take. And I know you guys had to hear this 5 times throughout the day, but we just had to speak our piece because it infuriates us.
I want to know what the Green Bay Packers have done to push them ahead of the Detroit Lions. Because I would say the best free agent acquisition in the division this year has been DJ Reader to the Detroit Lions.
Damn right.
Yeah.
So the Packers, getting worse at running back is what made them better than the Detroit Lions? I don't understand that at all. I don't understand. Well, I do understand because he's a Jets fan, so all he knows is disappointment. All he knows is not getting it done. All he knows is getting there and then falling back. He doesn't know what Brad Holmes built. He doesn't know what this team was built upon. Look at all of the great players that got us through that run, that helped establish that run. All of our star players, outside of Jared Goff, are Brad Holmes draft picks. So, you got to think that through, Greeny. And I understand this is your job. This is what you get paid to do. And the Lions are hot. The Lions are hot news for football. And nobody wants the "oh darling Lions" anymore. It's not the "oh darling Lions." Look at this story.
Right.
Look at how much they're overachieving now. So to get some clicks, to get some hot takes, you got to go on the other side of the fence. You got to say, you can't say what we're thinking, what everybody thinks, what everybody knows, that the Detroit Lions are legit, that the Detroit Lions are going to be a Super Bowl contender going forward, that they are building something sustainable. You got to go to the other side of the fence because that's too boring. People don't want to hear what they know. People want to hear something that makes them mad.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing. And I understand, Greeny. It's your job, but have some respect for yourself. Have some respect for the craft. And at least use an intelligent, formulated opinion rather than just spewing hot garbage.
Yeah. Yeah, because again, he had some points with Marino, with Allen, with Burrow. And by the way, we haven't yet to see the Allen and Burrow saga play out, but you guys know how I feel about once you pay these quarterbacks. They're both guys highly paid. This is not that situation. It's just not at all. KG?
Yeah, and just normally I like Greeny. He doesn't really take too many hard stances like that. But like you said, to just say that is ignorant. I get the point he's getting at, but you say that for teams that, our star players are older or on their last contract and everybody's got to be split up after the season. These are young players. This team is ascending with rookies and second-year players. So to say that is kind of stupid. It's just like you said, it's uneducated. This team is very young, a lot of runway left. They're making smart moves. Continuity, that's important too. Like you said, Ben Johnson coming back, AG being back, that accounts for something. So yeah, I was surprised to see that, but I didn't even take it seriously when I saw it. I didn't think it would have the public in a tiff like this because I really didn't even take that seriously.
It's kind of like you. I saw it initially, but I didn't click on it because I'm like, this is what these national guys do. They say stupid shit.
Yeah.
And like saying that they peaked, the Lions have peaked. Sam Laporta, right? Second team All-Pro is a rookie. You don't think he's going to get better in his NFL career? Brian Branch, fantastic player, fantastic safety. You don't think he's going to get better throughout his NFL career?
Jahmyr
Gibbs, Pro Bowl running back, first year. You don't think he's going to get any better?
Exactly.
What about Aiden Hutchinson? One of the best pressure seasons, and how I feel about the pressures.
Under pressure.
You don't think those are going to flip to sacks with some help next to him now? I don't know. There's somebody else that was really important that was a high draft pick and really didn't do much throughout the season. His name's Jameson Williams. You don't think he's going to be an impact going forward?
Let him cook.
I don't understand how you can look at all of the young players that helped them get to where they were and just be like, that's who they are as NFL players. They're not going to get any better at all.
Yep.
That's blasphemous.
Yeah.
He has a point in theory, but again, as I always say, context matters. And this is a situation where you dive into the context, it's completely different than every scenario you gave out.
And what were the two position groups that cost us that game against the 49ers?
Wide receiver.
I would say defensive line and cornerbacks.
Yeah.
And Josh Reynolds.
And what'd you do? And what'd you do? You got a new defensive line coach.
Yep.
You got a new cornerbacks coach. You signed 2 new defensive linemen, and you signed 2 new cornerbacks.
Yep.
That sounds like you got better to me, Greeny.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this was the first time this organization made the postseason, so the floor is NFC Championship.
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on now. Like, what are we talking about here?
Yep.
Yeah, this video is going to be on the Super Bowl highlight video. I'm calling it now. So
cold takes exposed. Get ready.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, there's so many young players on this team. We had 5 guys that were all pros. Not including guys that are going to be future all pros in Jahmyr Gibbs, Aiden Hutchinson. You think about a guy like Gibbs, Hutch, Branch. Yeah, exactly. So that's 5 all pros, not even naming those guys. And it's just, this is a horrible take. I mean, this team's just getting started. We're going to be on a long time run as contenders. Greeny, get out of here.
Like I said, I get it, Greeny. You want to talk about the Lions. You want to write about the Lions because we have the best fan base in sports. Detroit fans are the best fan base in sports.
We took over every stadium we went to.
And the Detroit Lions were making names, breaking records when it comes to viewing numbers in the NFL, taking over every stadium they go to. So you need to talk about the Detroit Lions if you're talking football. And you can't say they're the darling anymore, which was a good thing you guys ran with. You can't say they're the underdog anymore because they're a legitimate juggernaut, a legitimate contender in the NFC. And you don't like that. You want to do something else. So you're doing it for clicks, and I get it, but have some respect for yourself.
You got him. Shit, you got him. You got us.
Yeah, you did.
All fired up. Which I appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little bit of a slow
we need
week,
content
like,
too, brother.
Right.
Yeah. So shout out to Greeny for that.
But you're a joke, Greeny. No.
His quarterback trying to be a vice president.
And
So.
like what KG said,
Yeah.
like I liked Greeny. I mean,
Yeah.
I hadn't heard too many egregious takes from him. He's kind of funny.
Yeah.
He's a little awkward and definitely seems like an industry plant, but
Yeah.
shit like that, bro, that's just blasphemous and just wrong.
I think one of the best points you brought up is that, like, you look at like why we lost that game. Like, 2 of the biggest reasons: the secondary, interior defensive line. Address both those, both in the coaching staff, new defensive line coach, new quarterbacks coach, new cornerbacks, new defensive line players, top 10 defensive tackle in my opinion, at least a nose tackle for sure.
All right, here's my Greeny take to get clicks. Patrick Mahomes is not the quarterback you think he is. He was gifted a defense in Andy Reid. It's not him. Like,
Hey, there you go. We're talking about this defense a little bit more specifically AG when we get back, but not before Speed tells us about Jack Labrador.
Jack Labrador. Football season is officially over and spring training is here. Shout out Chase Young. However, Jack Labrador is 24/7, 365 days a year. Learn how to play right now on your phone at jacklabrador.gg. 2 new symbols and a franchise-changing 3-point play. And remember that once you go Jack, you never go back. Go to jacklabrador.gg now and join in on the fun.
At work and at home. We're there with smarter security solutions, featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports has a new morning show. Start your day with Wake Up Woodward, Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m., live on Woodward Sports. Join Kool-Aid, Flannel Sam, Broder, JB, and KG every morning as they cover all of Detroit sports. Sports talk, banter, live fan interaction, all on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
What up, and welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy, Spin More Rax.
What up, though?
KG from that very said morning show. Check him out tomorrow at Planet Fitness. Unky Nick.
Let's
Smash
go.
that like button, be a friend, tell a friend. And I want to revisit a topic we had a few months ago that I feel like didn't get discussed enough or just wasn't given enough light shedded on it, because AG, Aaron Glenn, defense coordinator of Detroit Lions, has been a highly polarizing figure in Detroit, between Detroit Lions fans. Some people say, hey, he hasn't had the ingredients to make that fresh salad, that's what he likes to say. And some people said, fuck him. Get rid of him. They want to fire him.
People are very polarized on the Aaron Glenn topic.
They are. Yeah. They are. I know one's in the chat right now. Shout out to Paul Thomas. Make sure you hit that like button.
Shout out.
But I think at this point in the offseason, or I guess I want to ask you guys, chat as well, do you think that he's finally been given the tools he needs to have a successful defense? Is AG out of the excuse of not having a good roster to work with on that side of the ball?
Yes. Yes, I do think so. I think this is the time of reckoning for Aaron Glenn, because we saw the players that took steps last year.
Mm-hmm.
We know Brian Branch can fill in. He's going to be a great player going forward. Aiden Hutchinson, he's going to be a great player. Aleem McNeil, we know what he's going to be when he's healthy now. He's going to be a great pass rusher on the interior defensive line. You know what you're getting in DJ Reader, one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Ify Melifonwu, we saw what he can be when he's healthy as a playmaker in that back end of the defense. Obviously, we know who Kirby Joseph is and what he brings. Anzalone, you got all of these guys around you now.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you added pieces to fit what you want to do. You added a Carlton Davis as a a man coverage cornerback. You added a guy in Marcus Davenport who, like I said, I don't know what my expectations are for him, but when he's healthy, he is a dude who can win one-on-ones. So I'm not giving him the excuse anymore of not having or having spoiled vegetables and trying to make a salad. He's got ripe vegetables now. He's got his lettuce ain't limp. Like, that shit's flush. He's got to go out there and he's got to make some things happen, and I believe he will. Because I give him a lot of credit for turning that run defense around.
Yeah.
Seemingly overnight when it comes to NFL terms. You went from one of the worst rushing defense teams in the NFL to the best in back-to-back years. So, like, I don't think a similar thing with the pass defense to where it goes from how awful it was to one of the best, but I think you could be top 15.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think saying they're a top 15 passing defense is asking for too much. And if the run defense stays where it's at, that's a top 7 defense.
Yeah.
So I expect that from Aaron Glenn. I expect that with the pieces that he's got, with the pieces. I still think they're going to get a difference maker in the draft on the defensive side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think this year it's on Aaron Glenn if the defense struggles.
Yeah, I think the only excuse or only bail you can give him in this situation is if there's an injury that happens.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to think you got hopefully James Houston coming back as well on top of the DJ Reader edition. And I get maybe you look at some of these guys, and some people have had those conversations. And Paul Thomas, I think you're one. I could be wrong on that one, but some people didn't like the Carlton Davis pickup. Some people thought it was a little bit overrated. Some people, which I think is crazy, some people thought the DJ Reader stuff was a little bit overrated. But I don't think that way. So for me, in my judgment of it, he should be able to cook something up. Especially, in my opinion, what can end up being a top 5 or for damn sure top 10 defensive line with a combination of DJ Reader and Aleem McNeil alone. We brought up the numbers last week, how the trajectory of Aleem McNeil is very, very, very similar to Justin Matabuke, who just had a breakout season.
Yeah.
Jadeveon Clowney next to him on the defensive line. Now we got DJ Reader next to him on that defensive line. And you have Aiden Hutchinson as well. Also, again, I'll say once more, the return of James Houston, the guy who had, 8 or 9 sacks and just 8 or 9 games played and 33% of the snaps played on the season. For the games that he was in. Mm-hmm. Yes, you should be cooking up. And although Carlton Davis may not be the elite shutdown corner that some people wanted out of this offseason, he's still able to run the scheme like you said. You still have that man corner that you wanted. That's the scheme that you fell in love with. That's the philosophy that you believe in. And even if Cam Sutton doesn't fit that too, we also have Amik Robertson too. Yeah. And then you have this draft class as well. Now, the draft class, we'll talk about it because KG wants to as well too, but we don't know what's going to happen just because Brad he kind of goes BPA. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if he's going to focus too much on the defensive side of the ball. If there's a guy there, he'll take him. But for me, yeah, I can't give AG the excuse or the bail of not having the players to cook with, because I absolutely believe he has the chess pieces to make something work here. Yeah. And I'm not saying it's going to be top 5. I'm not saying it's going to be top 10, but I'm saying it's definitely closer to top 10 than what it was last year.
You shouldn't have to have 6 Pro Bowlers on the defense to be a good defense.
Yeah,
true.
Like that's not going to happen on every team. And you got guys out there that are Pro Bowl caliber players.
Yep.
On every level. And I think Jack Campbell takes a step next year. Like DJ, we talk about Ali McNeil and Aiden Hutchinson, what DJ Reader is going to do for them. I think he has the biggest impact on Jack Campbell's game and what he can do as that offense or as that linebacker just screaming down the hill, being the menace he is. But you got guys back there now. You have one of the best safety rooms in the league. When you look at what if you put Brian Branch into that equation, which I do, and I just think they're gonna be tough, man. I believe in Aaron Glenn. I think he's gonna get this defense right, and Dan Campbell knows it too.
Yeah,
because we talked about Terrell Williams being Dan Campbell overstepping Aaron Glenn.
Yeah,
and making that call to bring in Terrell Williams because John Scott Jr. was not it.
No,
he was not it. Todd Walsh, very good.
Yeah,
he had those guys humming. He had Aiden Hutchinson have a great year. James Houston, obviously, great rookie year as well. John Scott Jr. comes in, not it. So Dan Campbell said, all right, we're getting Terrell Williams to bring him in here and get these guys right. And the secondary, I can't remember his name, but the same.
Deshae Townsend.
Yeah, Deshae Townsend, same thing. Dre Bly, love him.
Right.
Wasn't it.
Yeah.
Did not work, unfortunately. So.
And I just want to get this out there one more time, too. Before, if it plays out and happens, just because I want to be the one that said it.
Yeah.
I believe if AG doesn't cook up, and I think we all should be rooting for him as Detroit Lions fans, but if he doesn't, I think that it's Williams' job to take over. The guy that Dan Campbell brought in. I mean, there's a reason he left unilaterally at the same position, as a defensive line coach to come here to Detroit. I mean, obviously, probably Dan Campbell's a little bit appealing in that, too. I know what we're doing as a team is probably a little bit appealing, too, but I think he's been – I don't know if that conversation's been had, but I guarantee that's just like the move, the route they go. It ends up Williams probably end up being your DC in that situation. And as you said, too, Jack Campbell, that step up, beyond just it being a sophomore season, like, yeah, we were top 10 run defense. I'm sorry, top 2 run defense in the league last year. Yeah. But it's because we had to sell out to stop it. Like, the linebackers like focused on the downhill before they did anything else. You're talking about a guy with a 6'5" frame who no longer has to like sell out to stop the run. Too. Yeah, the RAS score is off the charts. Who no longer has to sell out to stop the run. They can now fully focus back, just drop back in coverage and utilizing that 6'5" frame. Yeah. On top of guys like one of the knocks we had on Carlton Davis when we had Samir on was when he said, Carlton Davis, he gets PDs, but he never like intercepts the ball. Okay, I'm fine with that. That's your job, by the way. Like, interceptions are nice, and I'm fucking super excited when we get them. But like your job at the end of the day is to stop the ball from being caught. And if you get a PD, I'm cool with that. But if that ball's happen to be tipped into the hands of a Jack Campbell or in the hands of a Brian Branch, like
Brian Branch had like 2 interceptions off deflections last year.
Right? Like you're decorating the secondary with those type of guys now. And I expect it to be, again, as long as everyone stays healthy, to be utilized in that way. I am excited to see this defense. Over this weekend, man, I was like, fuck, I cannot wait to watch DJ Reader in this defense.
Like I said, Jack Campbell over 110 tackles next season. You can take that to the bank.
I'll give you one better.
Yeah.
1 or 2 interceptions. 1 or 2 interceptions with Jack Campbell next year.
I like it.
I'm calling it right now.
I like that.
Big DJ Reader to get a paw up there. Jack Campbell waiting in the middle of the field.
Shit.
Snap.
And I want to see that dude being a menace in the open field with the ball in his hands, fucking running people over.
I wouldn't want to tackle him.
Dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't want none of that either.
I'd love to see Jack Campbell on some blitzes. Show off that athleticism that we know he has from that RAS score.
I want to see Brian Branch if he
I think that's a great point about our defensive line coach being the guy in waiting, because we saw Aaron Glenn get 3 head coaching interviews this time around. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does have success, if he does go to another team next year where the defensive line coach will step right in. But the thing for Glenn, for me, it's always going to be about pressure. Because we've seen what happens when, like this season, we were not really getting home with 4. But when we started dialing up pressure, good things started to happen. So I want Aaron Glenn to remain confident that he will be able to blitz. And I think hopefully he does that. And 27 straight points in the second half of the NFC Championship game. Never want to see that again. No. Ever.
KG?
Yeah, so, I mean, to me, you still have a weakness at that other edge position. So, and that could be addressed in the draft, but they seem like they wanted to do a rotation at that position, fine. But you have added 2 top 20, arguably top 10 players to your defense in positions of need. That's cornerback and that's D tackle. So, I don't think he has much excuse. And even the injury excuse is kind of played at this point because you had injuries to your 2 biggest signings last year and you still made it to the NFC Championship.
Yeah. So
I think we just need to see improvement on a week-to-week basis with this team. And it's not just the signings. Your young players are getting better as well. You got your Iffies, you got your Branches, Campbell, Hutch. They should all take a step up, in a perfect world. And then you add those 2 top 20, arguably top 10 signings to your defense. I don't think he has much excuse, man. I definitely want to see this improve because I think this is a hot seat year for him. Yes, he can probably get a head coaching job, but a lot of it is going to go into how this defense looks throughout the year, man. So I'm hoping that they can look a lot better. To me, there's no excuse. They should be at least a top 15 defense, and I'll put my hat on that now.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm with you too. And it's a couple comments over Sports Chat. I think it's Thomas Rotundi. Shout out. Make sure you smash that like button. He's not really sold on the Jack Campbell hype. And I said, well, you can't really judge him off his rookie year. And he brought up Brian Branch. He brought up Sam Laporta. Which the Sam Laporta stuff is actually like otherworldly. Like that doesn't happen at the tight end position.
Yeah.
Like even like you go to the greats, Rob Gronkowski. Name them off. Go look at the first 2 seasons as rookies. Didn't do much. Sam Laporta, otherworldly. Like, congrats to him. But that's a tough position for me, at least, as a linebacker position as a rookie. For those guys to get down the coverage, like recognizing like run schemes. And the other part of it too, again, some of what he does or some of what he is was sacrificed in stopping the run last year because we didn't have we had a great run defense, but we had to sell out to stop the run. Yeah. That's half the reason we got carved up on the passing game too. That's no longer the case with DJ Reader.
And it's not like he had this awful rookie season. Like he had 95 tackles.
Yeah.
He was top 10 in defensive rookie of the year voting.
Preach, bro.
Like it's not like he was this terrible rookie linebacker. He just wasn't all pro. Like, and I think he's got the potential to be an all pro linebacker in this league. It's not like he was god awful his rookie year. He just wasn't amazing like Gibbs and Laporta were, which is nobody expected those 2 guys to be that good that quickly.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to have a great year again. And remember, he was playing Sam for the first 4 weeks.
Yeah,
he was getting serious PT.
Yeah,
and really early in
to get him out there.
Early in the season was where most of his struggles was. Like as the year went on, he improved and improved and improved. So yeah, the Jack Campbell slander got to stop, man. I'm with you on this, man.
And one more point to say, and one more shout out to make. But the perfect example of not judging a guy at the linebacker position specifically with this team. Look at Derek Barnes. I mean, we were. And I apologize for it, but we were clowning him on this very show.
He was praying to God.
Yeah, and it worked.
And it worked. Yeah, God answered his prayer.
Year 3, Derek Barnes sealed the deal to go to the NFC Conference Championship with an interception.
Yeah.
And the shout out I want to make is to Calvin Shepard. Because I think he's a damn good linebacker coach.
Yes, he is.
So that's also the guys that help Jack Campbell take this step up. And you should also expect that in a sophomore season anyway. To judge any guy off his rookie year is just kind of crazy to me. Unless you thought he was just absolute ass going into it, which I guess some of us.
Yeah, sorry.
We didn't think he was ass, but we didn't believe.
Sorry, he
Jack
wasn't prime Luke Kuechly. His rookie year,
come on, man.
He had a good rookie season. It wasn't amazing like Gibbs or Laporta, which is why I think so many people hate on him and shit on him so much was because of the success of Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, and Brian Branch. They're like, oh, Jack Campbell was no, he had a good year. It wasn't a bad year at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack Campbell in the one game he started last season in place of Alex Anzalone, 9 tackles, 2 TFLs.
Yeah, he played lights out.
Boom.
He was flying around
Saints
the field.
Game, yeah.
He was flying around the field making stops.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the kid. He's a fantastic athlete. He's got the perfect mentality for a middle linebacker in the NFL. Just an absolute psychopath.
Yes,
so
he is.
I love it, dude. I think
everybody doesn't know that story. Where that comes from is everyone's kind of hyping themselves up for before practice in the game or listening to music, and I guess Jack Campbell just sits in silence and stares at the locker.
Yeah.
It's a maniac.
That's, you
man's a lunatic.
Your middle linebacker needs to be a lunatic in the
that's
NFL.
true.
Like, all of the best ones are. Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher, Luke Kuechly. Like, you look at all those.
You want your corner
Patrick
talking
Willis.
shit, and you want to be a little bit nervous about your linebacker.
Yeah, like, they need to have murderer vibe. Like, Ray Lewis was literally a murderer. So but like, seriously,
he beat the allegation.
Like, Fred Warner, Patrick Willis. You look at these guys, dude, they're psychos. And Jack Campbell is of that same elk of mentality. So I love
Jack's a bust. It's a wild.
Come on, man.
Well, let me tell you guys about Big Boys. Cartier is just a troll. Big Boy Seafood Fest is back at Big Boy. Dive into the fish and chips and their new Parmesan crusted cod, perfectly fried clam strip platter, or delicious fish sandwich. A Big Boy must try the new mango iced tea, the ultimate compliment to their shrimp. They got popcorn shrimp, shrimp Alfredo, and shrimp stir fry. Every day is a fish fry at Big Boy, and remember, on Fridays they have the all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. It's Seafood Fest, and it's back at Big Boy.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Big Boy Seafood Fest is sailing in with a fresh catch of favorites. Dive into fish and chips, our new palm-crusted cod, perfectly fried clam shrimp platter, or a delicious fish sandwich. Try our new mango iced tea, the ultimate complement to our popcorn shrimp, our all-new fried pickles, shrimp Alfredo, or shrimp stir fry. Experience all the sea has to offer every Friday night with our all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Every day is a fish fry, only at Big Boy.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Your Pet the Best. Premier Pet Supplies, hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences online and big box retailers, with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for 60 plus years. They got over 30 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local, curbside, home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
What up and welcome to World Heavyweights Live, motorsports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my guy Spinmo Rax, Young Chris, Unky Nick. Young Chris is not here. I apologize. I'm looking at first round linebackers. We got KG in the TD booth. I apologize, KG.
Come on, man.
Nick. I'm just trying, because someone said, well, they brought out, I think it's Cartier. He's talking about Derek Barnes being like 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
Jack Campbell being 1st round pick. So I want to do a little bit of homework of like guys that were 1st round picks as linebackers and I guess where they are. Yasu Adula. You guys familiar?
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
Me neither.
Outside of that, not many linebackers going first. Quay Walker was in the 1st round, pick 22. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Trenton Simpson was.
It's tough too because they got on-ball linebackers in this list. Like
Yeah, I hate seeing the.
Yeah, can we
think about like
not the same?
God, who was the guy that used to play for the Bears? On the Ravens now.
Roquan Smith.
Roquan Smith. He is a dog.
He's a
1st round. He was a top 15 pick.
Best linebacker in the NFL.
Yeah.
Let Poles cook. Got a 2nd round for him.
Yeah.
And then traded a 2nd round for Chase Claypool.
And paid Tremaine Edmonds like $2 million less a year than what he's making.
Yeah, that was.
Like, I love Tremaine Edmonds, but I was like, that's.
Although
not paying that much.
Yeah,
they hit on TJ Edwards.
TJ Edwards is
They hit on him.
Yeah, I mean, everyone, but he was good in Philly. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you had the money to pay him, like you're gonna, if you could outbid everybody else for his market, like you're gonna get a good guy. Top of that too, he's asked to play like LB2 the same way Cam Sutton's supposed to be a CB2. You know,
Quay Walker, the guy who pushed our trainers at Anakin Skywalker. Yep, that was one of the first times I went viral on Twitter too.
Yeah.
You? Oh yeah, it should did blow up like that. Yeah, one other thing too, I guess to make point with the Jack Campbell pick in itself is like I didn't value it at the time of it because like linebackers just weren't going the 1st round. Like I'm looking right now, and you saw this like the struggle right there in itself. But like to be in fairness, like the league is kind of like going towards like that zone. Like you want your linebackers more like rangy, lengthy. Trey Edmonds, perfect example of that.
Type of guy.
Yes, Brad Holmes foreseeing the future because like those guys will start getting paid. Trey Edmonds an example of it too.
Yes,
like Brad Holmes foresaw that, and I think he thought he had more in the defensive line at that point. High expectations for that defensive line. I mean, obviously didn't come to fruition, but nonetheless, like there's still faith that Jack Campbell is that. I mean, it's literally what he was in college, right? Yeah. So like now that he has a defensive line in front of him where he can operate that way, it's gonna be nasty. I'm telling you. I mean, I already put it out there. You put the tackles out there. I'm telling you, 1 to 2 interceptions, and if not that, he's damn sure getting some pass deflections, interceptions via Brian Branch and Amik Robertson, whoever it may be in the middle of the field in that situation. But
TFLs, all that.
Oh yeah.
All that shit. I was gonna say something inappropriate. Every time I say all that shit, I think of like wait, pussy money weed, all that shit. Anyway,
the meat missile. That's right, Papa Deezy.
I'm telling you guys. I know Cam Sutton got his money guaranteed like today, but that don't mean his starting spot is guaranteed.
Yeah.
We know how Brad Holmes' company, Dan Campbell company do. Like they don't care where you were drafted at, you got to earn it. You got to earn it, and I think Amik might just be that guy. Just might be that guy. Did you put my mock draft in there?
Yes, it's in there.
Okay. Or you want to jump into KG's draft strategy, or DPJ and the restructure of Carlton Davis' contract? Where do you want to take this? I feel like the other one's more national. We're kind of lying stuff right now.
Yeah.
So which one do you want to do?
We can do the.
Let's do a little bit of the DPJ and contract restructure from Carlton Davis. If you guys didn't know, Carlton Davis restructured his contract to save the Detroit Lions. I believe it was $6 million, or at least I know his cap hit went from 14 to 9.2, essentially. So $4 million in that. And add 3 void years.
Yeah, it's really 4.5 that they save because, like you said, it counts against this year's cap. 1.5 does.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, so it's essentially saved them. Well, I think we have $34 million now in cap space, which kind of, I guess I want to have that discussion too. Like, what are we saving for? Because that's enough to sign your draft class. Is Brad Holmes still cooking the offseason? Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
They've also brought back DPJ. If there's 1 year, $2 million or something like that. Is that where they don't have receiver? Go ahead, KG.
Yeah, and shout out to Dose. He had a really good video about this earlier that I watched. But essentially, like, we still waiting on DJ Reader and I can't remember the other player. We waiting on that to drop first. So really, the Lions looking at maybe 18 to 20 million in reality.
Him and Amik.
Once all the I think him and Amik. Once the numbers all get settled.
That's a great point to make. Because a lot of people, we know how we are shopping Detroit Lions money. That's
Yeah.
not ours.
Yeah.
But
love spending money that isn't in my pocket.
Right.
Speaking of, I did my taxes today.
Hasn't been inked to paper on those ones. But I guess I'll start with this one because the Carlton Davis one really just a shout out to him and Brad Holmes for like having wherewithal to do that. But DPJ being brought back, we talked about receiver being a need for this team with the departure of Josh Reynolds. Do you feel like that is the replacement there?
That is the replacement as of right now for Josh Reynolds for sure. I don't think signing DPJ or bringing back DPJ stops you from getting someone in the draft, but I would be surprised if they signed another wide receiver in free agency.
Yeah.
Because DPJ is what? Your 4th receiver. He'll slated as your 4th receiver. That's what you need him to be. You got Amon-Ra, Khalif, and J-Mo ahead of him, and obviously Sam Laporta. So, yeah, he's a very solid 4th receiver for this team. I like DPJ. As you know, Sparty looks Michigan guy. Whoa, weird. Like, no, I don't give a shit where you went to college if you're in the NFL anymore. So, I like DPJ and what he brings. He's a big, athletic dude. He could do a lot of different route trees, and he's a good red zone weapon to have. He's a big body. He's athletic. He can jump up, make those high contested catches, and he's a deep threat down the field. So, yeah, I'm good with that over Josh Reynolds. Josh Reynolds looking to get paid. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, man.
Come on. Yo, relax.
You might drop some balls on the way, too.
Hey, come on.
I'm just kidding. He soured on me. He soured on me, man.
You soured on
Jared
him?
Goff made you, Josh Reynolds. You got cut from the Titans. If it wasn't for Goff, you'd be in the XFL. Honestly, that's not even really a joke because that's like the one person you could say that Jared Goff made is Josh Reynolds.
Shit.
Is that not true?
Shit, man.
He did.
Jared Goff literally made Josh Reynolds.
It is the only quarterback he's been.
Only quarterback he's been. He got cut from the Titans when they had like Traylon Burks as their best receiver.
We're still trying to re-sign him. Spinny, relax. Damn.
I'm good. They're not re-signing Josh.
What is wrong with you, KG?
I mean, no, I'm glad they did re-sign DPJ. It was kind of a surprise because I thought maybe they would try and work it out with Josh Reynolds. But to me, it's more about his age. He's 25, still has a lot of runway left. And Spinny, you really think Khalif Raymond is number 3 over him? I think he's a number 3 receiver.
He was number 3. Arguably number 2 last year.
Who?
Josh
Reynolds?
Yeah.
You mean over DPJ?
No, you said that Khalif Raymond is number 3 and DPJ is number 4.
Yeah.
I think DPJ is number 3.
I would put Khalif at number 3 just because obviously the familiarity.
That's true.
And like
cohesiveness.
And the cohesiveness, the cohesion, and how they use like their offense, what they do in their offense. I think he fits Goff's scheme and Ben Johnson's system for the Lions better than DPJ.
That's true, but the one missing piece from this offense in the red zone particularly is that big body receiver.
Yes.
That's why I think that they wanted to sign him. One, he's 25, still has a lot of runway left. They got him at a really, really cheap deal, so shout out to Brad Holmes for that. But I think they need that red zone target. They need that big body, so I would expect him to be wide receiver 3, but I guess we'll see how it plays out. So
yeah, I mean, they definitely need it if they're not going to re-sign Josh Reynolds, because that's why I was trying to relax you from going off on Josh like that, because he was that for us last year.
Peace out, Josh.
Peace out. A-town doubt. No, but seriously.
No, I appreciate
he
what
averages 15 yards per catch. Like everyone's talking about Amon-Ra first down. Like Josh Reynolds was just as efficient at that.
Yeah.
You talk about the big body. Think about how many touchdowns Josh Reynolds had at the back of the end zone, where it was just his big ass just leaping back there and grabbing something out of it. And again, the chemistry with Jared Goff too. I want them to bring Josh back, if I'm being honest with you. I just feel more comfortable that way.
It's not happening.
It's looking that way.
J-Mo could do everything Josh Reynolds did last
That's a fact, though. He just got to get it together, but
we
can't.
got to see it.
We saw it in the last couple games of the year. We did see it.
And different scenarios, though. Like I think with J-Mo, is like obviously the deep ball is there, and he's.
But
doing
we
that shit
also
like that.
saw in the last couple games of the year he was running those middle.
He was
routes.
running outs.
He was running those 10-yard outs.
Zone.
He had the. What do you mean? He had the catch in the back of the end zone, all hands catch, dude, draped all over him.
The Denver game, that out route where he juked the defender, I forgot what the defender was. He juked him on the sideline. That was one of the shorter routes too.
But I'm talking about Josh Reynolds, the touchdowns where he's just in the middle of the end zone, the back of the end zone. Just
J-Mo had the one where he was standing in the corner of the end zone and he mossed dude.
Yeah.
In the NFC Championship game.
I'm talking about the 6'4" Josh Reynolds in the middle of the end zone, towards the back of it, just snapping that bitch out.
That's what you got Laporta for.
Yeah, and DPJ can do that.
I can't put J-Mo in that role. Until, obviously, he looked better towards the end of the season, but I just haven't seen him.
But this is why
this
is why you make that signing. You're assuming J-Mo is going to take that next step. So
and DPJ is a big guy, big body guy too. He's like 6'3",
and he's solid.
6'2".
DPJ has a ton of potential in this offense, but we have seen it takes Jared Goff time to really build chemistry with his receivers. So I think after a full offseason of probably workouts, route running, doing all that, I think he's going to fill right in to this offense. I mean, in 2022, he had 839 yards. That's the potential that this dude actually has. So if we give him the snaps and the throws, I honestly think he's going to be a super solid number 3 to pair with Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And you know what I'm checking right now, because you guys had the conversation of like who's CB3, who's CB4, but he also moonlights as a kick returner, punt returner. I know that you said it last week.
That's Khalif.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that DPJ can as well.
Yeah.
And I know Khalif, you said last week was what, $6 million?
Yeah.
So is it a possible roster cut and you move forward with DPJ as that guy? Although Khalif literally was all pro as a returner at one point.
Yeah.
No,
So
they're not going to
want to keep him.
They love Khalif.
Yeah.
I mean, they're being,
And say it with me.
They'll compete for it.
Versatility.
Yep.
DPJ offers that. I still think they draft somebody though. If they don't
absolutely.
bring back Josh Reynolds,
they need another receiver still.
And I'm not even trying to like poo-poo on the DPJ re-signing. Like again, I love it. I liked him when he was in Cleveland. He saved my fantasy season there for a minute, but I'm not banking on him to be that wide receiver 3. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
No, but he's got the potential to do it. And you don't need him to be with J-Mo taking over that wide receiver 2 role, having Laporta being Laporta, Gibbs out of the backfield.
Yeah.
You don't need a guy to be an 800, 900-yard receiver as your 3rd or 4th wide receiver.
Exactly.
Khalif is not getting cut. There's
absolutely not.
No, I'm looking at the contract now. There's nothing beneficial in cutting him.
He's your special teams ace.
For sure. He was all pro as a returner.
And then you just want to use him in spot duty when you're on offense. So
there's 0 savings to cut him before June 1st, according to OTC, and there's only a 300,000 savings if you did a post. So he's definitely staying. So yeah, I think obviously they're moving forward. Again, like you said, Nick, that one extra year with Goff, getting that chemistry down, like we know that's kind of a thing with him too. Probably expecting some higher expectations of him in year 2.
Yeah.
Great expectations.
Yeah, he came mid-season last year. So.
Terrible book. What? Great expectations.
Oh shit, we're way over.
Oh, dang.
I didn't even notice.
Let me tell you about Guardian. Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night. No Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves. Technology has been proven to work, and people have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT. And let them know Donovan Peoples-Jones sent you.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Feel alive during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest New Year's sales event ever. Get the best prices on our huge selection of award-winning Chevrolets. Like this 2024 Equinox for $188 per month. Or this 2024 Silverado for $268 per month. It's the New Year's sales event going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Visit Dispo Dispensary today because March Madness is officially here. Dispo is giving away $1,000 to the best bracket at each location, meaning you have 12 opportunities at $12,000. I'm sorry, $1,000. Let me relax a little bit here.
Y'all keep
you have
up
12
in the-
opportunities at $1,000. It's Battle Creek, Romeo, Whitmore Lake, Hazel Park, Bay City North, Bay City South, Ann Arbor. Just type in Dispo in your Google machine and find the one nearest you. Go get your blank brackets now. Fill them out and return them by Sunday, March 24th for a chance at $1,000. It's Dispo Dispensary, disposhops.com, your local cannabis plug.
Check it out.
Buongiorno. And welcome
Arrivederci.
back to Woodward Heavyweights Live, WordSports.com. I'm Easy. It's more Rax, Uncle Nick, KG. Smash that like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Share the stream. KG, shout out to you.
Shout out KG.
Appreciate it.
This topic brought up by you. So actually, I'm going to let you introduce it.
For sure. Well, at this point, the way the Lions are presently constructed, I wanted to know, like, from y'all, what y'all think the draft strategy is at this point. I mean, I personally, I want an edge rusher in the first round if they decide to keep that first round pick. To me, I wouldn't be mad at an O-lineman, but a lot of people would say you would draft an O-lineman in that spot. To me, you can wait till the third round for that. A lot of people say you would take a wide receiver at that spot. I think second round would be prime real estate for a wide receiver. But what do y'all think the draft strategy is for the team going forward with all the free agent signings being what they are as of right now? Do you go guard or tackle in the first with the first pick? Do you trade the first pick? You know, what do you do if you're Brad Holmes?
It's boring to say, but Brad Holmes is going to go best player available. He's told us that before. He's shown us that before, that he doesn't give a shit about your positional value. He doesn't give a shit about the needs on his team or what you think the needs on his team are. He is going to get his guy. He is going to get the guy he thinks is the best player at that position, at that number in the draft, and that's what he's going to continue to do. Do I think he's going to get an edge and an offensive lineman in this draft? Yes, for sure. But he's not going to force it. He's not going to force that pick if it's not there for him, if it's not one of his guys, if it's not the player he thinks is the best player on the board right there. He's not worried about positional value. He's not worried about what the holes are on his team. When he goes in the draft, he said the draft is to acquire talent.
Yeah.
And that's what he's going to do. He's going to get the best player, the guy he thinks is the best player in the draft. And more often than not, at that point, it is the best player, because we've seen it work out a couple fucking times so far with picks that are like, oh, why did he take a running back in the first round? Oh, why did he take Laporta over Mayer? Oh, why did he take Branch? Everybody passed on him. Looks pretty fucking good right now. So, yeah, I think he's just going to stick to his guns. It's gotten him 3 of the best draft classes in franchise history, and he's going to continue to do that.
Are you open to trading the pick?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This man could do no wrong in my mind. Whatever he does, I'm going to be like, yeah, it was the right decision. You can trade up, you can trade down. We've heard from people that I don't know if maybe they could, because they did get those 2 6-round picks as well. But if there's a guy there in the 20s that he loves, that he is his guy, and he's still available there anywhere in the 20s, Brad Holmes will definitely trade up to get that guy if he feels like he has to. So I'm not worried about whatever he does is going to be there. And I hate saying that because, like, it's boring, and I don't want to be that guy who's just like, oh, Holmes bot. But it's true at this point. Like
if you went against it, you'd probably end up looking like a dumbass,
Yeah.
just like everybody else who has went against it in the past. Like the only other pick, if you ever bitched about the Levi one, maybe that'd be the one that you turn out like looking at taking the W. But from every round, he's clowned every beat reporter, like quite literally this year, because he makes the right choice.
People.
Yeah, and he deservedly so. And like, yeah, you just can't really go against it. And he's of that belief of BPA. He said it like he's like, I don't bring a depth chart in there when I'm making these draft picks. So I think he's gonna continue on that way. And I know that those are needs, but as he said in the past, like he's going to address the needs through free agency and obviously trading part of that too.
Yeah.
And he's done that. He's obviously grabbed the defensive tackle. Yeah. He's grabbed another edge. He's grabbed the cornerback. And with the restructure of Carlton Davis's contract, I can't assume that he's done yet.
Right.
I think the only one he may draft off of need is probably one of those versatile offensive linemen, just because they can fulfill so many things. And like we've talked about, they value that versatility. And like it's like if somebody goes down, okay, I have a guard or a guy that. I mean, Grant Barton is the one for me, just because he's played every one of those positions.
Yeah. I want it.
Tackle, and he's also 6'5" and a beast. Another wrestler too, by the way. So like I that's the guy that I like, or I'm kind of leaning towards if he's there.
Yeah.
But I'm not. He's going BPA and just know whoever he's grabbing. It's who
Spinny,
who's the best player.
Who do you want at that spot?
At 29?
Yeah, if they stay there.
If they stay at 29 reasonably, oh, man. I like Darius Robinson a lot. I do. I like what he does. I like how he could fit on this team, and I like that they like him. I know they like him. Graham Barton, like you said, that would be a good pick there too. If one of those receivers falls, I would not be mad at a big body receiver there as well. There's a lot of options, man. I've heard we talked to
it's just tough because you don't know
Trevor Sikkema, and he talked about Nealand from Western as a potential spot there at 29 because he might not be worthy of a first round pick, but he's not going to be there for you at 2 or in the second round. And if you really want him, like he made the argument that like all these guys that every team or every player is like, I hope they fall to me in the second round, aren't going to, because every team is thinking that. So,
right.
I don't know. There's a lot of guys. I'd be fine with Kool-Aid. I'd be cool with TJ Tampa. I like TJ Tampa a lot. So there's a lot of different options for Brett Holmes there for sure.
Yeah.
For me, Grant Barton is the one. Grant Barton, or just like I said, like one of those versatile offensive linemen to where like it's going to be a need for sure within the future. And obviously like throughout the season too. One thing that's kind of been inconsistent, and Graham, God bless him for getting here finally, but like that guard spot, the center spot, like they've kind of like constantly kind of rotated between like injuries and whatnot. So give me a guy that can fulfill that spot at any given moment and also has like first round potential, and or could probably end up just starting for us. I mean, we don't have a starting left guard as we speak right now. Maybe Kobe Sorsdale ends up being that because he does have that year within the system.
I'd almost guarantee that the starting left guard is going to be coming out of this draft.
Yeah. And whether that's for like this year or the future, it's going to happen. And I still think because it is a need, they still grab a veteran at some point. Maybe it's not a guy you view or we view as a starting caliber guy, but they probably just force the issue there because he said he dresses needs in this free agency period. So, I mean, we'll see that. But, yeah, give me those guys that can fill those spots with this versatility. And Graham Barton's the one for me just because he can even bounce out the tackle, which we've seen Taylor Decker go out a few times too, even as recently as last year.
Cooper Bebe can play
and Taylor Decker contract year, Frank Ragnow injury concerns, early retirement looming probably, so that we have to go offensive. Too. Yeah, true that. Yeah, we have to go offensive line on the first 2 picks. I truly believe that. I think Brad will. He knows how this team is operated, and in the offense, we need a great offense. With this offense rolling the way it was last year, I think Brad knows how important it is for this line, and I think he will draft the guy in the first or the second round. I like Barton as well because of the Taylor Decker contract. So, I mean, I would love that.
All I know is if Brad Holmes takes Cooper Bebe in this draft, nobody ever better tell me I don't know shit about line.
Yeah.
DJ Reader and Cooper Bebe, if they both become Lions, I'll be walking around with my nuts out.
I saw a mock draft recently from someone was somewhat respectable too. They had Cooper Bebe. Oh, it's my guy, all 22 films gonna be joining the show tomorrow.
Yeah.
Get Cooper Bebe in the first round of the Detroit Lions.
That'd be awesome.
I don't know if he goes in the first round just because some of the stuff that we've heard from evaluators, but again, I'm not mad at it either.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on kicker. LOL says QB.
Shit, he could
not in the first couple rounds, but if they could get Bama's kicker or Stanford's kicker, one of those two, dude, I'm here. Bama's kicker is the one I really want.
Personally, if I had to power rank them, the positions, and again, I'm looking at position need because I'm not Brett Holmes. I trust whatever his BPA is, but I probably think of one of those versatile guys. Number 1, number 2, corner just for the future because we don't know
So
what's going on. With
even
Carlton
with
Davis.
the signings, you think if a corner were the first pick in the draft, would you be okay with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I saw a couple people saying they wouldn't just because what happened this offseason. But what happened this offseason, you acquired one guy on a 2-year deal and one guy that's on a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
We don't know what those futures are.
You still got what's his name coming back too? That got injured this last year.
Mosley.
Yeah, you got him coming back at some
Another
point.
question mark
Bones,
there too,
paper
right?
Skin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and 1-year deal as well. So give me.
No, yeah,
give
it would
me
be.
another guy.
I think you should get a corner in this draft. Maybe not with the first pick, but
Yeah.
there's guys we talked. TJ Tampa. I don't know if he's going to be available to you in the second round. Probably not. He'll probably go early second round. And then you look at guys like Renardo Green is someone that I really like that you could get in the second or third round. There's a pretty deep cornerback class, so they're going to get one. And to have him sit behind a guy like Carlton Davis or Cam Sutton or our boy Amik Robertson for a year and not be forced into playing, like that's just as important as like quarterbacks. We know how well quarterbacks do when they sit for a year. Cornerback is the same, bro. Like because cornerback is the hardest position in football to learn, like to come in and step in and just be that guy.
Yeah.
Like
recently, these motherfuckers coming out the gate, so I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean Sauce,
Horn, my man in Seattle last
Derek
year,
Stingley,
Gonzalez. But those are all like top end guys for the most part. We're not have that at pick 29.
Tariq Woolen was like
he had a dog ass rookie year. I don't know what happened the second year.
It's crazy, bro. He was like a third or fourth round pick. He's like 6'3". He ran like a 4.4.
Real quick before break, KZ, power rank your positions.
Well, to me, edge rusher number 1, O lineman number 2, wide receiver 3.
What about James Houston?
I like James Houston, but he got injured. He was gone the whole year. We need to see, he needs to compete for that spot.
I think Marcus Davenport and James Houston give you one human being.
One player.
Like,
right.
Exactly. A full season of one guy between them two.
Yeah. No, it's definitely something I want them to grab. That's this draft free agency that grab, because again, I think with Davenport healthy, he's a dog.
Yeah. But y'all wouldn't take one in the first round. When would you take your edge rusher? Because
I'm not sure.
Both of y'all said y'all wouldn't take edge first.
I wouldn't mind it.
I'm not tripping at all. I really, because if Brad's making a pick, who are you to like?
I mean, that's true. I don't mean to question the great Brad Holmes.
I just take Darius Robinson there. Darius Robinson's like Marcus Davenport, like kind of. They're pretty similar as like size, speed, athleticism. Can play inside and out. Darius Robinson's just not
faster.
He's not as polished.
Like he's had a real bad combine. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
combine not everything though. You never know.
It's not. I'm saying Davenport a little bit quicker. Robinson, I think he might end up being like a defensive tackle primarily, or unless because even if he were to be an edge, he just has to show the burst to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
At Cartier, we have the CFL rusher, dude. Hey,
Matthew Betts.
Don't sleep on Matthew Betts.
Hey, man.
12 sacks loading.
Practice squad warrior.
Talk about a burst, and James Houston, I honestly think he's going to bounce back extremely strong.
Yeah.
And just like that rookie season. Yeah, last Friday I did say he would have double-digit sacks.
Say 10 sacks.
And I'm sticking with that. I think James Houston is still a problem for opposing teams' offenses.
You know what's not a problem is when you need to get a car. All you got to do is go to Les Stanford. Because what happens when you run a great business for over 50 years, you expand and offer more products to more people. That is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. That's where I got my car. You see Spenny rolling around the Blazer, you know I got it from Les Stanford. The same great service that customers have come to know and trust. I'm Wilbert Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. Every year, after After a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest.
Do you want to win $50,000?
$50,000.
$50,000. WoodwardSportsBracketChallenge.com, guys. We're giving away $50,000, brought to you by Soroki's, Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, and Glorious Cannabis. Scan the QR code next to me or visit WoodwardSportsBracketChallenge.com for a chance at $50,000.
$50,000.
$50,000.
Someone in the Woodward Sports chat, I forget where it was. Damn it, I just missed it.
Haha, idiot.
Said what kind of car I drive. It says Spenny drives an old
Volkswagen
78 Ford bus.
What?
And I'm like, it's funny because Rich Baldwin. Spenny drives a black 78 Ford van. I wanted a Mini Cooper so bad.
A Mini Cooper?
Yeah, I wanted a Mini Cooper so bad.
Wow.
Because they were just like, I drove in one of them once, and like those things whip, bro.
Yeah, they
you
nice.
can whip those things around corners and shit. But could you imagine my big ass?
That's what I'm trying to visualize.
It'd be like Mr. Incredible driving in his car.
Yeah.
I love the Blazer though. That was nice.
No, yeah, the SUV is the way to go.
Shout out Gun Guy. Take your pants off.
Shout out. Smash that like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Share the stream if you haven't already.
Detroit Supremacy. Spencer drives a 2002 Jimmy. I had a 2000 Jimmy. I love that car. It was a great car. It's my first car. I've only had 3 cars in my life.
When was your first kiss?
Don't lie.
I honestly don't remember. It's definitely in like elementary school, bro.
You say definitely elementary?
Yeah.
When did you lose the V card?
That was my freshman year.
Playboy. Playboy.
Oh yeah, I remember that story.
cruise,
That's a
yeah.
crazy ass. Yeah, crazy. Yeah. KG.
Shit, probably like 10 years old. First kiss. You asking first kiss, right?
Okay, I was like, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Can't even cut that shit from.
Right.
So I know what I'm doing. All right, I was joking with going to personal stuff. He tells about his life story.
PWV said, "What was his name?"
What was
I
his
knew
name?
someone was gonna say
Yeah,
that.
that's
One.
always a
Right.
good one.
I mean, we really only got like 4 minutes into the break. I mean, I guess we might as well keep bullshitting.
Sixth
Lions?
grade, first kiss. Eighth grader, Narissa Zoller. Shout out. I think she just got married.
Oh, he name
I think
dropping.
she just got
Hell
married.
yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
who?
Hell yeah, Nick hit it first.
Right.
Crazy.
Great
Yo,
shape
for
voice.
husbands of his show.
Yeah, that's funny. Hope not.
Gave out the whole government.
Yeah,
Right.
My bad. Yeah.
Name dropping at 30 is
and
crazy.
then freshman year of high school. Shout out.
Shout out.
My buddy's actually dating the girl now.
Nick hit it first.
Does your buddy know?
Yeah.
Lions just signed an offensive guard.
Let's go.
Former
shit.
Ravens Pro Bowl guard Kevin Zeitler intends to sign a 1-year deal with the Detroit Lions per source. Zeitler is flying to Detroit tonight to take a physical and will plan to sign Tuesday with the Lions.
He's a dog.
The plot thickens.
He's a dog.
Damn.
He's good. That's a guy who's been doing it for a while, and I'd say like towards the top of the heap.
Yeah.
We started naming off guards. I mean, he's like the Kirk Cousins of guards, where he's constantly getting these fat ass contracts.
Yeah.
I think it was Al that came in and told us that one. You wonder why he's getting these fat ass contracts? He's pretty good at his job.
Yeah.
And I told you, I mean, it's what we've been asking for. I'm not comfortable going to this offseason, or this season, I should say, with a rookie starting that spot. They have Kevin Zeitler. If he doesn't work out, you still draft your rookie at some point within this draft class.
Now Brad Holmes is going to do whatever the fuck he wants.
No, real shit,
in
though.
the draft.
Real shit.
Yeah, he just made a Pro Bowl last season for the Baltimore Ravens. So you're bringing in a Pro Bowl guard to replace Jonah Jackson?
Come on!
Let's go!
Brad Holmes don't make splash signings, though. Remember that? He don't do splash signings.
He's old as shit.
But
It's
still.
a Pro
Yeah.
Bowler, bro.
No, that's a phenomenal signing. By the way, he's a little bit. I'm pretty sure he's got some versatility in his back pocket too.
Yeah.
I mean,
And you still gonna draft one most
Nope.
likely, man. So
Yeah, Pro Bowl last year. I'm trying to look at start. Yeah, dude.
Everybody's saying he's a Dan Campbell guy too.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Big Dan Campbell guy.
I mean,
losing Jonah Jackson, this is what you want.
Let me put it in perspective like this, right? Is if you're gonna grab anybody from another organization and like plug them in, or one of the organizations you would point to is the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, yes.
Baltimore Ravens, Pittsburgh Steelers. Maybe the Steelers not so much anymore just because they had the whole Deontay Johnson quit running routes last year and Kenny Pickett kind of being a little bit of a bitch. But Baltimore Ravens for damn sure, coming from the AFC Conference Championship.
Well, there you go. The Detroit Lions just signed a Pro Bowl guard to replace Jonah Jackson at that left guard spot. Now Brad Holmes is freed up to do whatever he wants to do in the NFL draft. You bring in Kevin Zeitler, barring a physical, from the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
It's a great signing for Brad Holmes. Another just solidifying they have the best offensive line in the NFL. It's going to happen again next year.
That is such a great signing.
So
it is.
Honestly, it is. And to be honest, too, if he ends up taking the right guard spot, and then Graham moves to left guard, I have no issue with that, too. And I'm sure Graham doesn't either.
No.
Yeah.
I think Graham's played all over, too.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Versatility.
And when you're drafting these interior offensive linemen, you see the position and draft reviews or whatever, it's always IOL. Interior offensive lineman, because it can fit obviously outside of center, both sides of the ball, typically, especially if you're coming in as a rookie. Like it's just if you play the inside, you play the inside. You may have to work on your footing and getting used to like where your steps are and whatnot, but you have to do that either way if you're going to a new offensive line, just to have that cohesiveness and chemistry. This is a phenomenal sign by Brad Holmes. I still think they drafted an offensive lineman at some point in the draft. Don't care what it is at this point.
No, seriously.
I had it as number 1 beforehand.
Yeah.
And now he can get freaky with pick 29.
Yeah, seriously.
Barring a physical, Kevin Zeitler, welcome to the Detroit Lions.
Yeah. What a sign.
Welcome to the Detroit Lions.
That's
just another
crazy.
people mover, big, angry hoss in the middle of that offensive line, dude. Oh, I love this.
Wow, man.
And now, like I said, Brad Holmes now can do whatever, do what he does best and go get the best players in the draft. You don't need to fill any positions anymore.
That's the guy I wanted. And I just didn't think it was a reality just because of like the type of contracts he's been demanding his entire career.
Motherfuckers ring chasing with the Lions coming here signing 1-year contracts.
And by the way, too, for the people, so like, I think Zeitler probably holds down. I mean, I don't know. But I'm assuming Zeitler probably holds down that right guard spot, even though Graham played there last year. But you look at Graham's career.
That would be perfect.
Started his first 2 years at left guard.
Oh, and who was he in between?
Then right guard, then center, right guard. Like
and who was Graham in between when he started those first 2 years at left guard?
Penei Sewell and Frank Ragnow.
No, at left guard.
At left guard?
Taylor Decker and Frank Ragnow.
Yeah.
That's the wolf pack. Like, you put them together, and then you have this mauler, corn-fed animal next to Penei Sewell, bro.
6'4", 340 pounds.
This is Kurt.
Jameer
Man.
Gibbs, 1,200 rushing yards next year.
Oh, yeah.
This is a fucking A+.
This rushing attack about to be something crazy.
Man.
Wow.
What a fucking signing, man.
What a signing by Brad Holmes.
It's literally what I wanted, but I mean, actually, you're right, KG. It kind of is that splash line because I was like, it's too good to be true.
Yeah.
Too much money in the open market.
Yeah, I thought he was going directly to the draft.
Wow.
For the
Honestly,
lineman.
Graham Glasgow's probably excited that he gets to move to left guard, or if he gets to move to left guard, because that's just like two best friends he'll play.
You know who's excited? Jared Thomas Goff.
Yeah.
That's who's excited.
Most def.
God damn. I'm excited too. God, the pick 29 just got so much more interesting.
Yeah.
I thought for sure it'd be one of those versatile. I mean, it still can be. You know, BPAs.
Like Spinny said, you can go wherever you want.
I mean, trading back is
they're
probably
going to get a
more
wide
of an option
receiver
now too.
They're going to get a wide
Because
receiver at 29.
You don't have to.
I'm not mad at wide receiver.
They're going to get a wide receiver at 29 now.
And or trade back. Again, there's so many. There's a deep ass wide receiver class, bro.
Boy.
Like Xavier Leggett, I'm pretty sure we all like him within this room. He's projected as a second round pick right now, and I think he's an absolute dog.
Man, I'm telling you, get that edge rusher now. Your defense is complete though. I feel like.
I just don't know who's worth the shit at 29.
KG, to that point, maybe we trade up.
Yeah, that's what. Go get your guy.
At this point, now that we don't have all these, I mean, left guard just got filled.
Your needs are filled.
Some way with Zeitler.
Wow.
So you go up, you go get Dallas Turner.
Yeah.
What did Brad Holmes explain to us? What did Brad Holmes explain to us?
Now we're talking.
Needs in offseason.
You use needs in free agency. You fill needs in free agency, and you draft talent. That's
Damn, man.
I love you, Brad Holmes.
This man.
We talking about it last week, man. I'm telling you, they're gonna get it. We had a conversation with Al. I was like, I feel more comfortable with the veteran guy there. They got one of the best veteran on the market.
Yeah.
Honestly, maybe the best. Oh no, because Rob
just
Hunt
an amazing signing.
So I know it's early. Is this Brad Holmes' best free agency class so far?
By far.
Yes, by far. With home run agency class. Like,
hell yeah.
the first half of it kind of crazy to me, just because like one, let's see him on the field, but like, and I also mentioned it before, like watching a lick of film. Like, by the way, speaking of watching film, I just want to promo it real quick or plug it. If you guys come back tomorrow, we'll still have the rest of the show today too, but Coach D will be joining us from All 22 Film.
Oh yeah!
If you guys haven't already, he did a phenomenal breakdown of DJ Reader, especially for the haters who don't believe in DJ Reader. Go watch that. He is a Dan Campbell guy, sideline to sideline. He plays the run everywhere. Hands down the best run defender on this team. He did a phenomenal one on Amik Robertson, Carlton Davis too, and he's a by trade, not by trade, but he's initially a Ravens fan. But the Lions have been doing, as a football guy, he loves it so much that now he's a part-time Lions fan. That's why he's doing these breakdown these Lions free agents players. All 22, check it out. We also have him on tomorrow, who will be able to tell us about Kevin Zeitler, because again, Ravens fan.
Yeah.
He's very familiar with him.
I'm telling you, they're gonna have the best offense in the NFL.
Number one this year.
It's been
top five.
They're gonna have the number one offense.
Lock it in for sure.
They're gonna have the number one offense in the NFL.
Hot take.
Jameer Gibbs is gonna have 1,200 fucking rushing yards. They're gonna be. Oh my god.
What a phenomenal. This is by far his best phrase.
I bet he has the best average
by far
yard per run in the league next year.
He was the most explosive back last year. Yeah.
This is crazy.
Tell us about Shake
Paul Thomas. But Mike Greenberg said,
"Yeah, eat shit, Mike Greenberg."
I can't wait to. Yeah, he's not. I mean, no one's gonna talk about offensive line signing. That's the real nerds. Mike Greenberg won't speak on it, but he knows. But what you should know is when it comes to chicken sandwiches, I got to sleep in a Shake Shack. The Chicken Shack sandwich is delicious. Try the Chicken Shack sandwich.
Say it slow.
For free. With a $10 purchase, grab a shake and a crispy crinkle fry, and your Chicken Shack sandwich will be free. Just use promo code Woodward in person, online, or download the Shake Shack app today. Chicken Shack sandwich.
Almost had it.
I did. Promo code Woodward, free
Where's
sandwich.
the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Big Boy Seafood Fest is sailing in with a fresh catch of favorites. Dive into fish and chips, our new palm-crusted cod, perfectly fried clam shrimp platter, or a delicious fish sandwich. Try our new mango iced tea, the ultimate complement to our popcorn shrimp, our all-new fried pickles, shrimp alfredo, or shrimp stir-fry. Experience all the sea has to offer every Friday night with our all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Every day is a fish fry, only at Big Boy.
Feel alive during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest New Year's sales event ever. Get the best prices on our huge selection of award-winning Chevrolets. Like this 2024 Equinox for $188 per month. Or this 2024 Silverado for $268 per month. It's the New Year's sales event going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Hey, and this is probably the perfect time to go purchase this, man, to celebrate the Lions in this offseason, man. But the new Glorious Ice Water Bubble Hash Pre-Roll, now with diamonds. Stop playing. Constantly pushing to create the best cannabis experience. The perfect boost comes from the added touch of pure THC diamond dust, allowing flower with only the best terps, making the best even better. Glorious Cannabis. Check us out at your local retailer or gloriouscanna.com. Thank you.
Let's go, boys!
Let's go! Brad Holmes, best draft class, free agency class he's had as general manager for the Detroit Lions, and it's coming on the cusp of heading into this offseason. We've been talking about go all in. This is your chance right now. In Brad Holmes fashion, this is him going all in. Yeah. Because he's not the one. He said it out in the point blank period before we hit free agency. That's why I was so confused by everybody thinking we were getting freaking L'Jarius Sneed, resetting the market and trading for him. That's wild to me. But in Brad Holmes fashion, this is going all in. He's addressed every single need. He's also delved out. He's also delved out the most money per year he's had. Yeah. With DJ Reader. Pen yet to hit the paper, but it's going to happen.
That's true.
And now Kevin Zeitler too. And then you still have the draft class moving forward. You made a phenomenal point, Nick, or a great question. Like, do you trade up now? You also made another great point. Do you trade back now? Because you kind of address every single need. Another question is, for you, KG, for you, Nick, what is the next best need?
I gotta keep saying edge, edge, edge. I know people tired of me, but you get this edge rusher, I feel like your defense is complete, man. You get a young dog on a rookie deal, man. And like Nick said, you go get your guy. You don't have to wait at 29 now. You got a couple extra picks in this last deal, so move up and get your guy, man. It's time for this team to get to the next level. You go get your edge rusher in the first round. That's me. What about you, Nick?
Yeah, I would absolutely love to trade up and get a blue chip type prospect to pair with guys like Hutchinson, Sewell, Laporta. I mean, you just go down the list of top-notch talent that Brad Holmes has drafted. If we can pair one more elite guy on that defense with a guy like Hutchinson, I think it could take this D to a whole nother level to pair with, you know, the new guys on defense. But just for the heads out there, the talking heads, Zeitler is 86th, the fourth ranked guard on Madden. So in case you don't know shit about him, so
hey, that's what they go off of. It seems like the talking heads. And if you guys follow your boy at Speaking Sports _ you know, we had this call out last week, so we had a call out following it. But first and foremost, shout out to the heavyweights. I hate to do it, but we told you about DJ Reader.
Yeah.
All right. I think I could be wrong. You can actually tell me because you're actually on another show. And you're on another show too. Were we the only ones talking about Carlton Davis as well? Carlton Davis, DJ Reader. We didn't know what guard. I thought Zeitler was too good to be true.
Yeah.
Here comes that. I mean, for the next prediction, I really don't know if I have one. Maybe maybe a receiver.
Lions are winning the Super Bowl.
Come on. Whoa.
Tell him again, Spin.
We're hot. We
Right.
Tell
him again. Heat check.
We're hot
Heat
right
check.
now.
Fuck that
Tell
shit.
me about that shit. Lions winning the Super Bowl, baby.
Man.
Best rushing attack in the NFL. Best rushing defense in the NFL. #1 offense in the NFL. Lions are coming for heads. Fuck you, Mike Greenberg.
Holy shit, man.
Cut your promo, bro.
Oh, man. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Has the contract come out yet?
Not yet.
No, but you know
He's
what?
gotta
You know
pass
what ain't nothing
physical.
crazy. Brad ain't never signed nothing crazy.
Yeah.
It's 1 year, so.
He hits apply coupons every time at checkout.
Kobe that, too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, about time. It's the first one in a while.
I'm going to go out there and I'm going to say safety next. If there's anything
Safety?
next. Safety.
Ooh. And free agency?
Although it's not really a need, I guess, because you have 2 starting safeties.
Yeah.
As we speak. Receiver then maybe?
I think it's not in free agency. You wait till the draft for your receiver. He's not getting another free agent receiver.
So all right, this one I'm not perceived. Again, in terms of needs, I mean,
it's really no actual need.
Right, correct, right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go safety as a depth piece, not as a need. But that
Damn, I
piece
kind of look like
need.
Kevin Zeitler too.
It's big white guys. They all look the same.
Adding a bunch of Spanish to the team. I love it. But Brad Holmes, I fucking love you, man.
Hey, smash the like button in honor of Brad Holmes.
Smash the like button in
and the
honor of
heavies
Brad Holmes.
predicting the future, not stopping this motherfucker.
You know what
Like
it
the
is.
Simpsons.
That's all I'm
You
saying.
know what it is. We appreciate you all tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button.
Shout out to KG filling in for Chris too.
Shout out to KG.
Hey, no
Shout out to
problem.
Chris
tomorrow.
getting busy in
Love y'all, man.
Mexico.
Chris, yeah, hopefully Chris is still alive in Mexico. For
Right.
Nick,
He
for
might check on
Eazy,
him.
for KG, I'm Spencer. We're the heavyweights.
Love you guys.
Love
Love
you,
the
Brad
Lions.
Holmes.
Let's
Love
fucking
all
go.
of you. Smash that like button. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Yeah.